18 games, 7 wins, 7 losses, and a couple of ties. 318 goals against, very respectable.
And we are underway, and the puck goes into the Komet zone as we start things off. Bobby Shea comes it up along the near side over to Szydlowski. He'll go backwards into his own zone, and now back to Shea. Now it's Kyle Falmer's turn with it, down low in his own corner, and up along the far side. Komets having trouble getting out of their own zone here to start things up. Here's Cazzola, plays it out to Shea, dishes over to Szydlowski. They're in Indianapolis territory, and they push it over to Embach. Here's a shot by Szydlowski. It's going to be deflected. Comes down into the corner. Just underway here at the Coliseum. Komets and Indianapolis up along the far side. The Fuel are able to get it free and all the way into the Komet zone. Shea picks it up for Fort Wayne. He'll go back behind his own net as Indianapolis gets a line change. Here's a cross-ice pass over on the left side. Goes off the stick of Mike Embach. And here come the Fuel down the left side. Here's a shot that's going to be knocked away. Comes down to Hartzell. He will knock it aside. Far side, Schaafsma's backhander going to be intercepted at the blue line, but the captain gets it back. Schaafsma got it taken off the stick, but he'll retreat back into his own zone. Goes back to Hartzell, and he will give it up to Binkley. Up on the far boards, back to Schaafsma. Gets around his man.
Got a bit of a break.
Down the left side, needs some help. Comes down, here's a shot. Hildebrand makes a quick stop and comes over onto the near side. Alex Weidman with it. Former Indianapolis Iceman. He will float it into the Komet zone. It's going to be whipped around now into the neutral zone where Schaafsma jabs at it. Here's Kyle Thomas picking it up into Indianapolis territory. Up top of the blue line, top of the circle. In front, here's Vail. Vail can't get a shot. Gets cut off, goes back behind the net, plays it off the boards. Here's a shot save. Going to be tapped all the way up front. Picked up by Vail. Vail up top. Here's Curtis Leonard at the blue line. His shot is going to be blocked, and it's now rolling around top of the circle. Picked up by Schaafsma. Goes off the stick of number 24. That's Stanitz, and it goes back behind the net and over to Leonard now. Top of the right circle. Up top, here's a shot by Baptista, going to be stolen away, and that is going to creep out of the Indianapolis zone and out to the red line. 17:51 to go in the first period. No score as Mason Baptista brings it over the line. Here's a shot.
The net.
And Binkley with the shots and Hildebrand the save. Up along the left side. Here's Shea. Angles over his blue line, gets taken away by Baptista. Baptista will circle it around, and he comes over to Desjardins. Nobody home over onto the near wing, and here comes Guptill with it. He carries it over the blue line, dishes over right side. Here's a shot. That'll be deflected and out of play.
Up and over the glass. Good shot. Deflected by the Komet defense over the glass on the play.
17:25 to go in the first. No score. Komets got familiar with Jake Hildebrand a little bit during last year's playoffs. He was actually the third-string goaltender for the Allen Americans, and he actually got into I believe he started game number 3 down in Allen.
Well, Komets coming out shooting at least this period. They've had about 5 or 6 attempts. Only one has actually hit the net, but they are shooting the puck at the net.
Komets just 12 shots on net on Friday night against Brampton. So we're already headed in the right direction. As the puck comes into the Komet zone, comes down into the corner. Here's Bobby Shea, pins his man up against the glass. Puck is loose up along the far boards as Guptill gets it free. It's up top to the blue line, looks for Madison. Madison cannot control it, and here is
Szydlowski.
Right side, got a man coming in. Here's a shot. Hildebrand the save. Rebound goes wide. Szydlowski in the corner, looking to center it to someone, and it's going to be deflected up along the far side. Here's Bobby Shea. Here's a shot right up in the mask of Hildebrand, and he will club it down and get a whistle.
Yeah, that was up high. He hit him in the shoulder, maybe the mask, as Shea let it go from the off wing on the net again. 3 shots the Komets get credit for so far, and they're going to the net, and they are shooting it at the net. Good start.
Jake Hildebrand goes 6 foot, 182 pounds. Eric Hartzell, bit of a size difference, goes 6'4", 210. Face off down in the Indianapolis zone. It'll be Brady Vail to take it. And he's in there with former Komet Tristan King. Tied up on the circle, comes up to the blue line. Far boards, Kyle Thomas with it. Kyle Thomas takes a hack, and it comes down into the corner for Schaafsma. Schaafsma gets chased, comes up to the blue line where Indianapolis has it. The Fuel bring it up down the left side. It's Weidman coming in on Hartzell, trying to wrap it around, lost the handle on it. Penalty called. And it will be on the Komets, a hooking minor.
Might be Binkley, I believe. He cut the man off. I didn't think he hooked him. He may have slashed him, but he got a stick on him, and he will draw a hooking penalty. And the first penalty of the game goes to Binkley of the Komets defenseman. Komets a man short. The face-off will stay in the Komets zone.
Komets, the most penalized team in the Central Division by a wide margin. And now they're going to add two more minutes to that total. Binkley goes off, and it's 5-on-4 chance for Indianapolis. Face off to the right of Hartzell. And it'll be King in there to center up this power play line for Indianapolis. Up top to the blue line, Madison. Over on the right side. Got it tangled up in the skates of Szydlowski, but he couldn't clear it. Here's a centering pass, going to be blocked. And it comes over onto the near side. Back up top to the blue line in the high slot. They try and slide it over. And Szydlowski got a piece of it. Here's a cross-ice pass to Madsen. Far side again. In front. Here's a shot save made. And the rebound is tapped in.
Yep. Hartzell actually made a great save on the play as it went rink wide pass over here to the left side. A one-timer by Indianapolis. Hartzell made a great play on it. Couldn't get back the other side as the puck deflected over there. They had an extra guy on the ice, and he's the one that popped it in the open side. Power play goal, Indy.
16:05 to go in the first. And we'll take a break with Indianapolis up 1-0. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne. And now, back to Comet Hockey.
Goal here in the early going here at the Coliseum. Indianapolis 1, Fort Wayne 0. And Indianapolis brings it into the zone up along the far side. Indianapolis gets their 15th power play goal of the season to give them that 1-0 edge. Now the Komets here with a 2-on-1 break. Here's a shot. Hildebrand the save, and he puts it into the corner. Back up along the far side, comes up top of the blue line, and all the way down the near side. Indianapolis will bring it into the Komet zone. Now it's poke check clear. Here's Szydlowski. Takes a shot, and he misses it wide. Far side, picked up at the blue line, whips around, and now it's going to be knocked down and back into the Komet zone. Shea with it, plays it off to Szydlowski. Left side, here's Mike Embach taking a shot. That one whistles wide, comes up top to the blue line. Shea hammering at it, gets it in deep, comes it down to the corner. Mike Embach gets rubbed off the play, comes out to Szydlowski, got a stick lifted, back out to the blue line, and all the way back in, back behind the net for Mike Embach. Embach out to Cazzola. His shot is going to be blocked down by the defenseman. It's Mishkovic who got a piece of it. Comes along the far side, knocked down at the blue line. Komets still hang on to it, but they're just offside.
Hand pass, they're saying.
Yeah, looked like they were going to be offside as well. So
it was going to be offside after, but the hand pass just inside the blue line by the Komet defenseman. Cazzola was able to save it, and then the offside. So the face-off outside, the lines will change up. 14:24 to go. We're down by 1. Power play goal at 3:55. Shea.
Face-off just outside the Indianapolis blue line, and the Fuel's got the puck at their own line. They come forward, and it comes into the Komet zone. Deep into the corner, here's Will Weber. Weber will bring it ahead, feeds it up along to Thomas. Touch pass intercepted, and back the other way. Now Brady Vail picks it up for the Komets. Cross-ice pass, and here's Binkley. We'll retreat back into his own zone as we are 6 minutes past here in the first period. Indianapolis 1, Fort Wayne 0. Long stretch pass going to be tipped, so no icing on it. Hildebrand will come out, swipe it aside. Stepping up is Schaafsma at the blue line. Binkley now trying to get it down low, comes up top of the blue line. Binkley races for it, is able to save it for a moment, but back come the Fuel. Coming down the left side. And tied up in the corner, now wheeled around back behind the net. Now over onto the far side corner. It's controlled by Indianapolis. It's Carlson. Carlson drops it off, but it's intercepted. Coming back the other way. Here are the Komets. It's Vail looking for someone. Crosses over the blue line, stops, sends it over to the far boards. Setting it up. Here's the shot, and that one goes wide off the stick of Curtis Leonard.
Got a piece of it.
Up top of the blue line, here's Vail going right back to Leonard. Leonard takes a shot, and that one goes wide as well. All the way out of the zone, and it's picked up by Dan Milan. Milan on his first shift of the game, skates in front of his own net. Now he will bring it forward up along the right wing. Puts it over on the far boards, and here's Leonard with it. Leonard gets it tangled up in with the stick of Chris Williams. And it comes loose into the Comet zone. Here's Milan. Again, bats at it around. Wheels it over to Desjardins, who will skate behind his own net. Puts it over onto the far side. Pass comes out to David Friedman. Now here's Desjardins turning on the Jets. Here's a shot. It's off the end glass. Comes down into the near side corner. And up the wall it comes. Indianapolis brings it into the Comet zone. Coming over onto the far side. Here's a shot. Hartzell makes the save. Now it's tied up in the net. And the referee doesn't blow the whistle. It's tangled up, and now it comes free to David Friedman. Friedman's pass is going to be intercepted, goes back behind the net. Guptill steps in front of the play, and now the Komets are able to get it all the way down. No icing on this as it is picked up. It's going to be Chris Williams for Indianapolis. Long stretch pass coming into Guptill. Guptill gets behind him, puts it in front, score!
Hartzell of the goaltenders played the man. He went to the side of the net, lost control of the puck, but Hartzell was so far over to one side, they got possession behind the net, circled the net, threw it out in front blindly, and Indy was there. The two Comet defense went to help Hartzell, and they left the man in front, the open net, they checked it in. They go up 2-0.
Josh Shea, his second of the game, and he has been a Comet killer through his career. He's got two here tonight. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Tim Hortons holiday treats? Oh, but there's so many. Okay, stay focused, Dave. Remember, it's for the office. Okay, definitely one peppermint hot chocolate, red velvet muffin. Ooh, I want a cinnamon bun iced coffee.
And some mint chip Timbits, and a gingerbread ice cap, and chocolate mint-filled cookie with peppermint bark.
Come into Tim Hortons and let our holiday treats bring out the child in you. At participating U.S. restaurants for a limited time.
I'll just take one of each, thanks. It's for the office.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Comets down in a 2-0 hole here with 11:45 to go in the first. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight. Shots in the game are 6-4 in favor of the Comets, but nothing to show for it so far.
Now, they've had a couple of good scoring chances, a good backhand there, as they got in pretty tight, and the goaltender Hildenberg made a nice save on it.
Indianapolis, they've got the puck in their own zone, comes down to the red line and is sent back into the Comet zone. Hildebrand will stop it. And he will give it up for his D-man, Robin Press. Over onto the near side, in the corner, tied up, comes up top of the blue line, and it's played forward and out of the Indianapolis zone. Spinning around is Ryan Keller. Gets it into neutral territory, rolls into the Comet zone, where it is picked up by Curtis Leonard. Leonard will go back behind the net, and he will get a little bit of space with 11:12 to go in the first period. It is 2-1 Indianapolis. On the far side, here's Mantha. Gets checked from behind as he unloads the puck. Cross-side pass comes off the boards, and it trickles into the Comet zone where Dan Milan is there for the Comets. Milan gets chased out of there, gets it down low into the corner from Mantha, and back up along the near side. Comets can't clear it. Leonard going forward again. Now it comes to Dan Milan. Milan plays it ahead, feeds it up along the wall where it's intercepted by Tristan King. He will circle around, comes back into his own zone. Now he puts it out in front of his own net, and it's coming off the wall. Here's Weidman. Weidman, his pass going to be picked up on the right side, coming in on Hartzell. Here's a shot, going to be blocked, and fanned in front by Binkley, and hanging on is Hartzell.
There's a little pushing and shoving.
And Binkley just fanned on it right in front of his own net. Could have been a disaster, but Hartzell was there, squared up the shoulders, and got the save. So now Comet getting a little excited now.
Yeah, Comet defenseman pushing back pretty strongly against the Indy player who got a little too tight after the rebound there, as Hartzell made a pretty nice save, had a shot from the high slot, held on to the rebound, and had no chance. But the Indy player tried to get a little too close. Comet defense pushed back. No penalties on the play. Line changes by both teams.
2-0 Indianapolis with 10:28 to go in the first. Face off to the left of
Weber.
Hartzell. And it'll be Alex Guptill to take the face-off for Indianapolis. Gets in there with Cazzola. Here's Fulmer up along the far side. Gets it out of there. And now it comes down to Mike Embach. Looking for some help. Stick handles around Mishkovic along the far side. Tries to get it down low. And it's going to be picked off right in front for Mishkovic. He lost the handle on it. And it comes to Szydlowski, who got his pocket pick. But a nice play by Sid. Gets it back. And he sends it back to the Indianapolis blue line. But quickly
offside.
into the Comet zone. The fuel coming. It's going to be offside. with 10:04 to go here in the first period. Faceoff's going to be just outside of the Comet blue line.
Line changed by Indy. The Comets staying up. Now they're going to change it up. Gary Graham matching lines again, making sure he gets who he wants out there with the last change with the hometown advantage. Face-off just outside the Comet blue line. 10:04 to go. Set first period here.
And here is the drop. Comes down into the Indianapolis zone at the blue line. Cross ice pass going to be knocked away, and now it comes back in neutral territory. Indianapolis has it. They carry it over the blue line. Desjardins trying to take his man off the play, but a nice job by Ryan Keller. Doesn't give up an inch. Gets it deep into the Comet zone. Here's Leonard. Wheels it around far side to Friedman. And Friedman floats it forward off the outstretched hands of Mantha. And now back down the other way. Left side comes into the Comet zone. And Curtis Leonard pins his man up against the glass. And then Weidman battle for it. Ryan Keller in there as well. And it comes loose to Milan. Milan up along the far side with 9:18 to go. Cross ice pass to Desjardins. Gets it into the Indianapolis zone, but a little bit too far out in front of him. Comes back behind the net. Indianapolis has it. They play it up to Josh Shea. Shea on the left side. He carries it over the line. Here's the shot. That one's going to go wide. Far side. Mishkovic picks it up, sends it right back in on Hartzell. That one will also go wide. Back down into the corner. Here's another shot on Hartzell. Got a piece of it. Comes up along the far side. Another shot. Hartzell takes the right leg out. Left a big rebound out. And here's a shot that's deflected into the corner. Indianapolis having their way down there in the Comet zone. And here's Kyle Thomas. Skates forward with it. Carries it over the line. Gets around one man. Comes down into the corner looking for some help. Now he plays it off the boards looking for Binkley. Now he gets it right back. Here is Schaafsma now. Schaafsma couldn't handle it. He got it tangled up with Gupta, and Gupta will send it down along the far side. And back into the Comet zone, here's Binkley. Binkley at the blue line, sends it forward, and here's Brady Vail. Vail trying to stick handle around a man. One too many moves, got to take it away, and back up along the far side. And now trickling into the Comet zone, comes down here on the near side corner. Comes off to Kyle Fulmer. Fulmer on the left side. Touch pass over to Vail. Vail and King get tangled up. They bring it shot. Here's the shot saved. Hildebrand left the rebound, but he's able to gobble it up. And that'll take us down to a break in the action here in the first period. 2-0 Indianapolis. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Ready for a new apartment? You don't have to look far. St. Joe Place has everything you could ever want in an apartment complex. Internet, cable, washer and dryer. It's all included in your monthly rent. There's also a basketball court, an outdoor grilling area, pool and hot tub, and the list goes on and on. St. Joe Place is leasing 2- and 4-bedroom apartments and now offering 3 bedrooms. Living at St. Joe Place Apartments, you'll quickly realize how great the staff and apartments really are. Call 444-3000 or visit stjoeplace.com. You're listening to Comet Hockey.
First period down by 2, 7:59 to go in the first period. Comets have got 7 shots on net. Indianapolis have 6. And the face-off will be in the Indianapolis zone coming out of the timeout.
Need a break on a shot. That's all we need right now. Get us on the board. Get one going right now. Skating well. Both teams pretty well evenly matched right now. Shots on goal 7-6. Unfortunately, we down 2.
Face off to the right of Hildebrand. And it's going to be Shea. Comes up top of the blue line. Gets it down low to Kyle Thomas. Here's a shot by Vail. Going to be blocked, and that one will find the screen.
Yep, tried to find Vail in the high slot. He was open for a split second as Thomas got him in the puck, but the defenseman moved up very quickly. Got the stick out in front and deflected it over the glass. Face-off will stay in the Indy zone.
Face off to the right of Hildebrand. And here's the puck drop. Comes in the near side corner. And up along the wall, it's McDonald. Floats it forward, and they bring it into the Comet zone. Touch pass going to be brought back the other direction. And Indianapolis has got it in their own zone. Robin Press along the left side. His pass comes into the Comet zone, and it's going to go all the way up in the air. It comes all the way into the corner up along the far side, and the Comets will promptly deposit it right back in the Indianapolis zone.
Waved off, no icing.
Patrick D'Amico up along the far board, gets it back into the Comet zone, stopped there at the blue line by Shea. Shea tries to find Cazzola over to Kyle Thomas, nobody behind him, and now back the other direction. Here is Indianapolis coming up along the right side. Comets are there on defense. Kyle Fulmer will bring it on the near side. Touch pass over to Kyle Thomas, cross-ice pass. Mike Embach digging for it, but Hildebrandt's going to get there first, going to wheel it around, and it comes up to Rupert at the blue line. Far side, Embach, backhander out to Kyle Fulmer. Now Bobby Shea's turn with it. He will feed it through to Cazzola. Cazzola over to Szydlowski. Szydlowski top of the circle, will circle it around. Comes up along the far boards for Fulmer. He will keep it in deep, comes back behind the net. Mike Embach breaks for it. He's tangled up behind the net with D'Amico. And up along the far side, Rupert swings it around. And up along the left side and into neutral territory. Backhander comes all the way into the Comet zone. Puck rolls down to Hartzell. Can't make a play on it. Comes down into the corner. Up top of the blue line. Held in by Indianapolis. Here's the shot. Hartzell will see it right into the glove, and that will draw a whistle.
That shot coming from the point. Quick wrist shot. No real harm on it as Hartzell was able to see it all the way. Grabbed it, caught it, killed the play right there as we get a line change again.
6:15 to go in the first. And the face-off in the Comet zone. 2-0 is the score. Indianapolis with the lead.
Face-off in the Comet zone right now. Fresh lines out there. Schaafsma will take the draw for the Comets.
Comes down into the circle, the corner up along the far boards. Now Curtis Leonard pins this man up against the glass. And Alex Guptill in there for Indianapolis. Guptill wins the battle. Now back down into the corner. Now it comes down to Baptista. And Baptista's pass comes on the right side. Desjardins will get it over to Baptista. Baptista top of the circle. Hooked on the play.
They got him.
Going to draw a penalty as Mantha has it. Out to Baptista. Had a chance out in front but couldn't pull the trigger. But that will draw the penalty. And the Comets will go in the first power play of the night. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Union Labor has been building quality full-size pickup trucks for over 30 years in Northeast Indiana. The proud men and women of UAW Local 2209 put quality first when they build your Chevy or GMC pickup truck. Dealerships in Indiana and Ohio always feature GM trucks built in Allen County at the Fort Wayne Assembly Plant. Union Labor puts quality on the road every day, and that quality is customer-focused. A tradition you can feel when you buy a new 2017 Chevy or GMC pickup built by your friends and neighbors who are members of the United Auto Workers.
This is Comet Hockey.
The league, and now they put it to good work. They've got the power play here, down by 2. Comets have it. Here is Cazzola sneaking in on Hildebrand. Here's the shot. Hildebrand makes the save.
Got it up high, glove save.
Lets the rebound out, however. Comes up to the blue line, Shea. Top of the far circle. Now back to Shea in the high slot. Here's a one-timer score.
Szydlowski.
Sean Szydlowski gets the Comets on the board.
That coming at 14:51. Szydlowski from Shea. Power play goal from the far side. Give and go. He hit the side of the net where he wanted. Goaltender had no chances. They got him moving.
15th of the season for Szydlowski to lead the team, and he cuts the deficit in half. It is now 2-1 Indianapolis. A power play goal for the Comets.
We'll see if there's another assist on it. I think there was, as they got the puck back to Shea. He faked it, threw it across. Szydlowski, a one-timer. There's the rebound. The goaltender moving, never got himself quite in position where he wanted to be, inside the post on the glove side.
22nd power play goal of the season for the Comets. It is now 2-1.
Comet goal. It's a power play goal, his 15th of the season.
Oh, and here's a takeaway by Weidman coming down center ice. Here's a shot and a save made by Hartzell.
A little sloppy, guys. Come on.
Comets almost give it back up. Now the Fuel bring it back up along the left side. Binkley steps in front of the play, but Indianapolis gets it forward. And here's the shot on Hartzell. He makes the save.
Hartzell right out in the top of his crease, squared himself up. Shot from about 20 feet out. Defenseman trying to screen him. as he gets the shot down low, holds on, no rebound. Two big saves by Hartzell after the Komets scored the goal. The partial breakaway on a giveaway, and then that shot there from 25 feet inside the blue line. Good save, two good ones.
Keeps the score 2-1 Indianapolis, 4:43 to go in the first. Face off to the left of Hartzell. And it comes down into the corner. Now we've got a scrap. We've got Szydlowski dropping the gloves in front of his own net.
Who's he having? 27 he's with.
And he's with Brady Ramsey. There's Szydlowski with a right hand, another right. Ramsey trying to get his feet here. It's Szydlowski hammering away, and he takes Ramsey to the ice, and that'll bring the crowd to their feet.
Yeah, he got a hold of Ramsey pretty good, got him at arm's length, and he was able to twist him the way he wanted and take the punches he wanted. So a couple of good shots by Sid. He'll go to the penalty box. Ramsey will go to the penalty box. Most likely both each 5 for fighting.
4:42 to go in the first. 2-1 is the score. Komets in Indianapolis. Now this is beginning to look like a Fort Wayne Indy game. We've got a couple goals up on the board, and the gloves have been dropped.
Szydlowski is 15th the power play at 14:51. Shea and Cazzola get the assist on the play.
4:42 to go in the first. Those penalties will cancel out, so we'll stay 5-on-5. Face-off to the left of Hartzell. And Cazzola will take the face-off for the Komets. Comes up to the blue line. Here's a shot. Going to ricochet wide. Shea goes hard for it in the corner. Up along the far side. Gets it poked away by Fulmer. Now whips around back behind the net. Hartzell. It's going to cut off Shea. Plays it up along the near side. And now Shea back down low. And that Scoopville trying to tuck it in on that far post. Hartzell got a piece of it, but play will continue. Fulmer on the far side, up along the far boards. That goes to Mike Embach. Cross-side pass comes to Bobby Shea. He will skate in front of his own net, and now he will move forward. Shea will gain the Indianapolis blue line. Far side, Cazzola. Here's a shot. Tipped in front, and it's going to be cleared out. Knocked down by Fulmer. Fulmer with a shot. That one is going to be knocked down before it gets to the goaltender. Comes up here on the near side point. Cazzola cannot hang on to it. Left side, here's Shea. Breaking free. Got a man down the middle. Takes a shot. He scores. Shea with a hat trick.
Yeah, used the defenseman as a bit of a screen. Tried to cut across in front of that with the screen shot between the defense's legs. He caught Hartzell moving a little bit, caught him on the stick side, and the go-ahead 3-1 right now.
Shea with the hat trick in the first period. 3:50 to go in the first. It is now 3-1 Indianapolis. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
We all have our mountains. The challenge is to push us further. At Coors Light, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. That's why all of our breweries cold lager to give Coors Light its signature crisp taste. It's why we cold filter to ensure brilliance and clarity. And it's why we package cold to seal in Coors Light's refreshing flavor. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Josh Shea, all through his career with Toledo, Cincinnati, and Wheeling this season, has amassed well over almost 30 points in 23 games against the Komets. Now, he was traded to Indianapolis just a week ago, and he had not scored a goal in 2 weeks with Wheeling up to that point, and he comes over to Indianapolis. He's got a hat trick in the first period against the Komets.
He's out to prove something, isn't he, for his job right now. Komets down 3-1, 3:27 to go. Face-off in the Komet zone.
Face-off into the corner. Binkley wraps it off the glass, and it comes all the way out to the red line. Robin Press up along the far side, gets it into the Komet zone. Here is Weber off the boards, comes up to the blue line. Here's Mike Embach, gets it to Jamie Schaafsma, drops it back to Emmer on the right side, crosses over the blue line, centers it up in front. Cazzola scores! Score!
Yep. Embach threw him a pass. It was up high in the waist area. It hit Cazzola in the pants in the waist area. He sort of twisted a little bit, dropped it out of his pants, and wham! Slammed it by the goaltender, and I guaranteed he lost it for a split second, and Cazzola puts it in the net, gets him cut to 3-2.
I didn't think
nice move.
Cazzola was able to get that puck free and drop it down and get a shot off, but he manages to do it, and he beats Hildebrand to the left side, and the Komets again in the hunt. 3-2 is the score. 3:04 now to go in the first, and shots are now even up at 11. Indianapolis has got the puck as the Komets hit within one again. Cazzola with the goal, under 3 to play. And here's Desjardins up along the far side. Gets it out to Kyle Thomas. Thomas floats it forward into the corner. Here's Thomas, goes back behind the net. He pushes Mishkovic off the play, comes up along the left side. Here's Shea. Gupta will get it into the Komet zone as Curtis Leonard back behind the net. Wheels it around to Desjardins. Desjardins out to Curtis Leonard, gains his own blue line. Dances around Kevin Lynch at the blue line. Puck's going to trickle into the Indianapolis zone with 2:22 to go in the first period. 3-2 Indianapolis. Up along the far side into the Komet zone. Still tied up along the near side. Indianapolis, here's a shot. That's going to go wide.
That was high and wide, yep.
Comes off the stick of Patrick D'Amico. A little bit too close there. Up along the far side. Mantha fumbles it at the blue line. Going to come right back in to the Komet zone. Here's Dan Milan with a backhander. Back on the right side and all the way into the Indianapolis zone. Back down the right side. Now back behind the net it comes. Now batted right back over onto the right wing. Milan with a backhander. Comes down into the corner. Danish up along the left side. He'll bring it into the Komet zone, and that's going to be an icing. Check that. It'll be waved off as Binkley will pick it up. 1:32 to go in the first. Binkley with a backhander. Skips over the stick of Baptista and back into the Komet zone, left side. In front of the net now comes out high circle. Shot going to be knocked down. Comes down into the corner. Wheeled around up top of the blue line. Madsen will hang on to it. Now he gets around Mantha, but it's poked away by Binkley. Binkley's got some help. Binkley down the right side, looking to give it onto the left wing. Puts it out in front, and it was Baptista, and the play was broken up. McDonald up along the near side.
Last minute of the period.
Down. 1 minute to go. Mike Embach scoops it up, and he will carry it around his own net. Up along the far side, under a minute to go. Plays it ahead, right wing, and here's Will Weber coming in on Hildebrand. Got it poked away.
You're back, guys. 2-on-1 Indy. Heads up. Here they come.
Here's Weidman coming and shoots. A save made. Rolls in front. Picked up by Embach.
Nice save, Hartzell, on that. Glove save.
Out to Cazzola. Cazzola stick handles around the right side. Top of the circle. Cross ice pass. He has got a man. Comes all the way out front, and it's going to be intercepted. Stanish will bring
wide open right now.
Over on the far side. Will Weber pushes him off the play. Comes back behind the net. Centering pass comes all the way up top of the blue line and out of the zone. Robin Press will brack up, and he'll give it up to Shallow with 12 seconds. Coming down into the corner, here's Will Weber. Pushes it up to Desjardins, kind of come off of his stick. It'll hit the end boards, and Hildebrand will stop it. And that's going to do it for period number one. And a lot of fireworks happening in this one. 5 goals up on the board. Unfortunately, Indianapolis has got 3 of them.
Yeah, they went at each other pretty good. End-to-end, wide open. Indy got a big lead right off the bat. Shella at 3:55 and at 7:58. He put them ahead 2-0, but the Komets come back with a nice power play. Just plugging away, playing pretty consistent hockey all the way through it. Shots on goal, Indy outshoots them 12-11. But shots on goal really isn't a reflection of the actual play. Both goaltenders played extremely well. Even Hartzell, with 3 goals on him, made about 4 or 5 pretty good saves. Glove save, pad save, and down the other end, I thought Hildebrand made 2 big saves as they had a partial breakaway by the Komets breaking in on him. So pretty solid period, pretty wide open. Let's give them a little benefit of the doubt. They're coming back from the holiday vacation, and hopefully the Komets can settle down and get into their mode again and put something to this hockey team. Both teams want to win badly.
Well, we're at the end of the first 20 minutes of play here on Sweetwater Ice, and that's turning into a typical Fort Wayne Indianapolis showdown. We've got 5 goals up on the board. The gloves have been dropped, and we're looking for an exciting next 2 periods here at the Coliseum in front of a big crowd here during the holiday break. We will take a break. We are headed to the first intermission. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
The puck has dropped on another Komet season. And what better way to get ready to watch the K's than with a pregame party? Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls and your party spread will put the biscuit in the basket for your guests. To face off with some great sandwich ideas for your party, visit AuntMillie's.com. Whatever you put inside the sandwich, it's always a winner when you include Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls. And speaking of winners, go Komets!
Here's some good policy from your local agent and auto owner's insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Life can be unpredictable. One minute everything's fine. In the next, you have a kid with a fever and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
If you're looking for a way to see the Komets for less, then you'll want to read all about it. Find coupons on Komet ads in print editions of the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel for seats in the Fort Wayne newspaper's extra section for only $8. Save $5 per ticket with your extra section coupon. For more information, check the latest edition of the Journal-Gazette or News Sentinel, or visit Fort Wayne Newspapers downtown on Main Street. Pick up your coupon today for extra special savings on the Komets, courtesy of the Fort Wayne Newspapers Extra Section.
When it comes to wings, everyone knows size does matter, and no one knows it better than Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Wings Etc. has the biggest, meatiest, award-winning jumbo wings in town. Choose from 19 signature wing sauces, including our crazy hot habanero wall sauce. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and kids meal options, come to Wings Etc. for lunch, dinner, carry out, and to watch your favorite sports all year long. Wings Etc. Good food, great times. Find all of our Fort Wayne area locations at wingsetc.com.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, where our score is 3-2. Indianapolis over the Komets as we head to the first intermission. Komet fans, this season the Komets are proud to have Lutheran Health Network, Fort Wayne Orthopedics, and Optimum Performance Sports as the official health care providers of the team. Go where the pros go, Lutheran Health Network. Taking a look at the scoring summary here tonight, we have had quite a bit of fireworks here in the first period, starting with the Josh Shala show. 3 goals in the first period for the hat trick. Shala had 10 goals coming into the season. He's already picked up 3 here in the first period, and his first one came at the 3:55 mark. Again, his 11th of the season. Weidman and King the assist, and it was on the power play. And then Shala, 7:58, second of the game. Gupel and Williams the assist, and the Komets finally get one on the board. Sean Szydlowski, his team-leading 15th of the season, 14:51 of that first period. Bobby Shea and Mike Cazzola the assist, and it was on the power play. And then Shala completes the hat trick in the first period, 13th of the season, 16:10 was the time. And then Mike Cazzola gets the Komets within 1 as we head to the break. 13th of the season for the rookie, 16:56 was the time of the goal. Mike Embach and Jamie Schaafsma the assist. Both teams looking good on the power play. Each team 1 for 1 on the night. Indianapolis 12 shots on goal. Fort Wayne with 11. And we had 7 minutes in penalties on 2 infractions on both sides. Binkley and Szydlowski. Binkley pick up a hooking minor at 3:32. Szydlowski dropped the gloves with Ramsey at 15:18, and Ramsey also picked up a hooking minor at 14:13 to give us that total of 7 minutes apiece. Jake Hildebrand in goal for Indianapolis, saw 11 shots, made 9 saves, and Eric Hartzell back getting the start for the Komets. He saw 12 shots and made 9 saves through the first 20 minutes of play. We are in the middle of the first intermission here at the Coliseum with our score 3-2. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night, Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
I bank with Fifth Third because I don't wait for anything. To get downstairs faster, I replaced my staircase with the fireman's pole. For me, every hour is rush hour, and the early bird never gets the worm because I beat him to it. Yes, I don't wait for anything. That's why I use the faster mobile app from Fifth Third Bank, which lets me do things like check my balance without logging in. To save time, I put zippers on my button-down shirts. I tune into game shows just for the lightning rounds, and my high school graduation speech was quite brief. In fact, it was a haiku.
Bright future awaits. Never surrender. Dream big. Congratulations.
Take the weight out of banking with Fifth Third Bank's faster mobile app, which lets you check your balance without logging in, transfer funds with fewer taps, and deposit checks without pushing a button. Mobile banking, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Visit a banking center or 53.com to open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Member FDIC.
Keep your staff connected with Motorola two-way radios from ERS OCI Wireless, like the Komets do. ERS OCI Wireless is located on Earth Drive in Fort Wayne. They're a Motorola partner providing wireless voice and data systems to public safety, education, healthcare, and enterprise customers throughout Indiana for the past 68 years. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.ers-oci.com.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, where the Komets trail Indianapolis by a score of 3-2. Just the second meeting between these two teams this season. They will meet 9 in total. Komets got the first win way back in the first week of November by a score of 4-0 here at the Coliseum. But Indianapolis has broken that shutout streak by the Komets, putting 3 up here in the first period. All 3 goals by Josh Shea. Comet fans, on January 7th, it is going to be a historical night as Chuck Adamson, Guy Dupuis, Terry Pembroke, Lionel Repka, Len Thornton, Reggie Primo, Eddie Long, Robbie Laird, Colin Chin, Robbie Irons, Nick Boucher, Bob Chase, Ken Elliott, Colin Lister, and Steve Fletcher. They're going to have some company as the Komets will retire Terry McDougal's number 19. As the Komet great, number 19 is going to be raised to the rafters on January 7th. Please get your tickets to that game. It is going to be a very special night as McDougal. He tallied 278 goals as a Komet. That includes playoffs and regular season, 461 assists and 739 points in 576 total games for the Fort Wayne Komets between the years 1975 and 1982. It will be a legendary night as we retire Terry McDougal's number 19 on January 7th. And Komets, if you're looking for information, just like I said, you want to download the new Komets mobile app, now available for Apple and Android devices. Get game day alerts and the latest news stories, along with roster updates, player bios, and much more. Search Komets in the App Store or Google Play today. We are in the middle of the first intermission. We'll take a break and we'll have a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
It's Ryan and Casey from Glummer Dodge Car Jeep Ram, and we're having a year-end clearance Stock the Lot blowout sale.
That's right, Ryan. We're having a Stock the Lot sale. We need your car. We're going to give you top dollar for it.
We also have over 50% off MSRP on 2015 and 2016 demoed vehicles in stock.
Have credit issues? It doesn't matter, Glimmer Dodge. No matter what your credit situation is, we're going to get you approved today at historically low rates.
That's awesome, Casey. We also have great deals on new and used vehicles with payments starting at just $59 a month. $59 a month.
During our Stock the Lot sale, we're taking $10,000 off all remaining new 2016 Ram trucks.
When you come, you'll see the largest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area, all with factory-backed warranty protection.
So come see us today for a top dollar year-end appraisal.
That's right. We're stocking the lot so you can save big at Glummer Dodge Car Jeep Ram under the giant American flag on Coliseum Boulevard, and always online at GlummerDodge.com.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, where the Komets trail Indianapolis by a score of 3-2 at the end of 20 minutes to play. Komet fans, prior to and during the home game coming up on Thursday with Cincinnati, the Komets will be holding a new and used hockey equipment and skate sale in the Century Club, located just north of the Komet locker room. Skates, protective equipment, and some sticks will also be available at rock-bottom prices. Everything will be priced to go on December 29th as the Komets take on the Cyclones for the first time this season here at the Coliseum. And again, it is in the Century Club just north of the Komet locker room. Having a look at the Meyer out-of-town scoreboard in the ECHL this evening, we have got a 1-1 game down in Florida as the Everblades taking on the Solar Bears. We are tied at 1 with 7:05 to go in the second. South Carolina 3, Atlanta 1 with 7:46 to go in the second. Toledo up on Wheeling by a score of 2-1 in Toledo tonight. Of course, Toledo here on Saturday for the traditional New Year's Eve game at 14:18 to go in the second period between Wheeling and Toledo. Also in the first, we've got Cincinnati 1, Kalamazoo 0, and a game we're keeping an eye on. Missouri up on Tulsa by a score of 1-0 with 9:51 to go in the first. With a Komet victory here tonight, coupled with a Tulsa loss, the Komets will finally get into second place in the Central Division as they again look for that showdown with Toledo on Saturday night. But the Komets will also have to get past Cincinnati here at home this Thursday. Don't forget the simple savings you get with Meyer M-Perks digital coupons and rewards. Sign up today at mperks.meyer.com. We're in the middle of the first intermission. Indianapolis 3, Fort Wayne 2. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
If you're driving down the road and your car dies at the light, you know you've got to make it here, because we can make it right. Bumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones who fixed it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem, come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years, Russ Moore Transmission.
Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
With 22 locations throughout the state, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets team and proud of our roots. For more than 30 years, we've helped thousands of Hoosier families establish their roots with a mortgage loan. When you need a mortgage that is simple and straightforward from a name you can trust, be sure to stop by any of our offices or go to www.ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI, license 10994. This is not an offer for extension of credit or commitment to lend. Equal housing lender.
Hi, Komet fans. This is head coach Gary Graham. Everyone at Texas Roadhouse would like to give a big yee-haw to the Komets and their fans for voting Texas Roadhouse as the best steak in Fort Wayne. And as a thank you, just come in and visit Texas Roadhouse on game nights and receive your complimentary blossom when you wear your favorite Komet jersey. Check out the Komet Corner at Texas Roadhouse, home of the fall-off-the-bone ribs and hearty steaks made from scratch sides, fresh baked bread, ice-cold beer, and legendary margaritas. Be there on game days with your favorite K's jersey and receive your free blossom from the Texas Roadhouse. Go Komets.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
live at the Coliseum as we are rounding the corner to the second period here on Sweetwater Ice. 3-2 is our score. Indianapolis with the lead, and it has been the Josh Shalla show for Indianapolis. 3 goals in that first period for the hat trick. Komets get markers from Szydlowski and Mike Cazzola to make it a 3-2 hockey game as we head to the second period. The Komets and the Toledo Walleye will do battle right here on Sweetwater Ice on New Year's Eve. Puck will drop at 7:30. The first 5,000 fans will receive free noisemakers as the Komets ring out the old and ring in the new year against Toledo. Get your tickets at the Coliseum ticket office, and it is the 60th New Year's Eve game here at the Coliseum. Komets are 40-15-5 during those games, and this will be the 11th time the Komets have hosted Toledo on New Year's Eve. The first time the Komets played a New Year's Eve game here at the Coliseum was back in 1955. We will take one more break. Second period coming up for you. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
I bank with Fifth Third because I like to be one step ahead. I RSVP before I receive the invitation. When psychics want to know their future, they consult me. And because I know things before they happen, I'm the undefeated world champion at rock, paper, scissors. That's why I get Fifth Third instant alerts from Fifth Third Bank. They monitor my account for suspicious activity, make it easier to track my money, and help protect me from fraud before it happens. I'm already up on the fashion trends for 2017. Hope you like acid wash jeans. Every February, groundhogs ask me when spring will arrive. And sometimes I carry an umbrella on perfectly sunny days because I know things meteorologists don't.
Stay one step ahead with award-winning Fifth Third Instant Alerts and protect yourself from fraud before it happens. Instant Alerts, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account, member FDIC.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
And here we go. Second period on Sweetwater Ice at the Coliseum. Shane Albarani, Robbie Irons here tonight. Komets down by 1, and they have got the puck as we start things off here in the second period. Komets bring it all the way forward. And icing, not a good start there as we start things up here in the second. Faceoff will come all the way down in the Komet zone.
Well, they tried the open man up the center. At least they're trying to get the breaking man. They missed the pass. It goes all the way down. So we win the draw on it. Start all over again right now. Nice crowd here tonight. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's got to be over 6, I would think.
Face-off just to the left of Hartzell, and it's going to come all the way down to Desjardins, who will play it over to Mike Embach. Puck rolling around on him, comes down to Desjardins in front, centers it. Here's a shot. They've made it. Hildebrand is taken up on the play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a penalty to the Komets, probably goaltender.
And they went right after Hildebrand, cutting across the crease. And Bobby Shea comes in and gets a quick shove after everyone has come together, as, of course, Indianapolis there is trying to stick up for their goaltender. As we see the replay, the Komets coming hard to the net. Desjardins with the initial shot.
And that's what forced Hildebrand out to the top of the crease right there. Who is it?
Desjardins, who did come in.
That collided with him. But, you know, Desjardins was sort of pushed by the defenseman a little bit. And as he went through the crease there, he got up and he collided with the goaltender. So goaltender interference. Komets will be a man short as we get started in this second period.
Indianapolis 1 for 1 tonight on the power play. Indianapolis, the 25th ranked power play unit in the league. Only 7 goals coming into tonight's game. They've got 1 tonight, so that's 8. And now the Komets on the penalty kill. Here's Will Weber, the short-handed chance backhander, and it goes off the side of the net. Comes up along the near side. And in the Indianapolis zone, it is played. Nick Madsen got it poked away by Jamie Schaafsma. Now Weidman picks it up for Indianapolis, and he will skate backwards with it. Goes back behind his own net. Pass picked up by Robin Press, and Press down the right side. Press will float it into the Comet zone. Comes down here on the near side corner. Will Weber winds up, comes up to the blue line. Madsen with a shot, going to be deflected. Here's a shot on a score.
Yeah, they took the shot from the point. It got blocked by somebody. Indy picked the loose puck up and made a nice little move and got the puck past the goaltender on a power play goal. And again, Indy getting all the breaks on the shot. That shot was blocked, and it went right on the Indy stick. He made one little move, and bang, it was in the net.
And
power play
number
goal.
22 again.
Oh.
Cazzola, his 4th of the game. And it was on a deflection. The shot was slowed up a little bit. It was headed for Hartzell, and he just gathered it up, and he put it past Hartzell on the right side under his right leg, his 4th of the game.
And 2 of those have been power plays, the first one and the first one of this period. So we better put somebody on him right now, I would think.
4-2 is the score. Indianapolis pushes that lead up to a pair again.
Or Shella. 4-2.
That's right. It's Josh Shella 4. Komets 2 right now.
Face-off going back into the Comet zone right now. Power play goal coming at the 1:06 mark of this second period.
Face-off down in the Indianapolis zone. And Mike Cazzola to take the face-off. Guy Mike Embach top of the circle. We're back to skating 5-on-5. And the puck drop comes all the way down into the corner, up along the far side. Indianapolis has got it. Comes off the boards. Puck rolls down. Kyle Fulmer trying to flatten it out. Comes right up into his chest. He's going to knock it aside. Gets to Mike Embach. And it comes up along the left side. Here's Brady Vail with it. Backhander. A little too tall for Cazzola. Indianapolis has it back in their own zone. Up along the far boards, cross-ice pass comes up along the near side, and now knocked away back into the Indianapolis zone. Chris Williams gets it together, comes on the near side, now pushes it all the way over on the far boards. Gains his own blue line, comes up along the far side into the Comet zone. Here's a shot. That's going to go wide and comes down into the corner. Komets have it. Up along the near side. Szydlowski with a backhander, too far out in front of Cazzola. Indianapolis gets it back, comes off the skate of number 21, Gupta. And now the Komets bring it ahead. Jamie Schaafsma weaves through some traffic. Now got it taken off of his stick, poked away. Here's Vail with a backhand, and it's going to be knocked down. Comes up to the blue line. Shea stepping up, got it poked aside. Gupta with a backhander, comes down off the glass and out to the center line. Bobby Shea down the right side, overskates it a bit, but it's going to come down into the Comet zone. And Hartzell will whip it around, comes up to the blue line, and the puck comes down to the Indianapolis line. Williams with a cross-ice pass. Going to be floated forward into the Comet zone. Going to roll down to Will Weber, who takes it away, comes up along the near boards and out of the zone. Into neutral zone, it is Williams. Back for Indianapolis. Chris Williams, cross-ice pass. Nice play, come on down to Weidman. That's going to roll off of his stick. Hartzell tries to play it off the end boards. Comes up along the near side. Gupta got it poked away. Kyle Thomas. Great spree with it. Could have a 3-on-2 for the Komets as Thomas with a pass going to be intercepted and turned back the other direction. 4-2 Indianapolis as a Weber down in the corner. Him and Tristan King come together. Weber wins the battle, gets it to Binkley, goes back behind the net, and here's Brady Vail. Vail floats it up along the far side. McDonald is there for Indianapolis, gets it back deep in the Comet corner. Weidman comes off the boards at the blue line. Here's a shot, going to be knocked away by the Komets. Vail tries to push it out, and we got a whistle. High stick, laying the puck with a high stick with 16:25 to go in the second. 4-2 Indianapolis. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Wonder what the outrageously energizing experience of Mountain Dew Kickstart is like? Well, it's like a combo of 3 awesome things. Dew, juice, and caffeine rebooting your entire personal operating system.
Mountain Dew Kickstart is in position for consumption. Release the Mountain Dew Kickstart. Mountain Dew Kickstart released. Experiencing a charge of Mountain Dew Kickstart now.
Mountain Dew Kickstart operation successful.
Roger that.
Get charged up with Mountain Dew Kickstart. Available in 10 energizing flavors like Midnight Grape. It all starts with a kick.
This is Comet Hockey.
2 to go here in the second period. Komets are down by 2. They've got it in their own zone. Here's Leonard. Over to Desjardins, who will whip it into the fuel zone. Comes down into the corner. And up along the near side, Baptista gets it to Manta. He lost it, comes back behind the net and off the glass. Bobby Shea picks it up. He comes in on Hildebrand, goes back behind the net, upstairs to Fulmer. Cross ice comes off the boards. Here's a shot. Hildebrand got the stick down into the corner. Up along the far side now. Fulmer throws it out to Szydlowski. Now here's a shot. Save made. Going to go wide and go over the stick of Shea and out of the zone.
All the way down to Comet end right now.
Hartzell will stop it, and it's picked up by Szydlowski. He'll leave it behind him for Shea, and he will bring it forward. Now he drops it back to Fulmer. Cross-ice pass comes off the boards and intercepted by Weidman. Got a man in front, tip, and it's going to go wide. Into the corner. Turnover by the Komets. And down low in the corner, Kevin Lynch spins around, comes down into the corner. Him and Fulmer fight for it. Now Shea comes in to help out, and he sends it over to Szydlowski. Cross-ice pass. Embach can't bring it down. That'll come all the way down and hit the end boards for an icing call with 14:47 now to go in the second.
You make a bad pass in your own zone and you get yourself into trouble. And that's what the Komets did. They were moving it around pretty good. All of a sudden, one bad pass in the skates of somebody, and the puck is intercepted, thrown out in front, and a deflection that got knocked up over the net, almost in the net. So Indy's all over us if we make that mistake.
Komets just with one shot on net here in the second period so far, as Cazzola skates out of the pile with it off the faceoff in the Komet zone. Backhander all the way down. Hildebrand will swipe it around here on the near side, and it's picked up by Embach in front. Here's a shot. Hildebrand to save. Rebound. It's going to be knocked into the corner. Here's Cazzola along the far side. Knocked off the play by Mishkovic, and it's going to be a 3-on-1 for Indianapolis. Coming down the left side, sneaking on Hartzell. They float it in front, and they fan on it. Nice saucer pass, but they couldn't connect. Over on the far boards, here is Cazzola sneaking, and here's a shot. That's going to go wide. Comes up along the near side. Will Weber jams at it at the blue line, got it taken away. Back down the right side. Cross-ice pass comes to Shea. Here's a shot, going to go wide. And now back on the near side, Mike Embach puts it back into the fuel zone. Now tipped out to the neutral zone. Now back up along the near side. Shannon for Indianapolis will bring it ahead. Back to the middle of the ice. Schaafsma almost got a piece of it, but got enough of it. Over to Madsen. Back out to the center line. Indianapolis still has it at their own blue line. Pushes it up off the boards, and it comes to Jamie Schaafsma. Schaafsma, his pass is knocked down. Indianapolis keeps it in. Comes down here along the near side. Stick handling is Ryan Keller. Keller lost it. Now the puck rolls back down to the Indianapolis blue line. Now back to the Komet end it rolls.
Stay on them, guys. Stay up on them.
On the far side, here's a shot. Hartzell makes the save, and they score.
Rebound again.
Hartzell left it out right in front.
Well, again, the first shot was blocked by the defenseman, went right back to the Indy player. They let that shot go. Hartzell stopped it. The rebound came out. Bang, it's in the net before he can recover, and Indy goes ahead 5-2. It looks like we're going to get a goaltender change again.
It's going to be someone other than Josh Shea getting that goal. Looks like it's Mishkovic going to get the tally.
6:50, that one coming.
And for the second straight game, the Komets will switch goaltenders midway through. And here comes Garrett Bartus. Bartus got the hook after giving up 4 goals in that first period Friday against Brampton. And now Hartzell will get the gates, and here comes Bartus with 13:10 to go in the second. It's 5-2 Indianapolis. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
It's time to celebrate. Tim Hortons is introducing new smoked ham as part of the 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal. That's 2 breakfast sandwiches with egg, American cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or new smoked ham for only $4. It's the kind of deal that you should save for a special day of the week, like every day. Tim Hortons 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer available on standard breakfast sandwiches and wraps for a limited time plus applicable taxes. Single sandwiches and wraps at regular price.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Shot missed it on the stick side, coming down the far side, and it's Mike Embach again with it in the corner. Embach tossing it over to Bobby Shea. It was picked off and comes back up top of the blue line. Szydlowski gets by a hook from Weidman. Doesn't get a call, comes down into the corner. Szydlowski looking upstairs, going to be knocked down, and Indianapolis They've got it. They bring it back down the ice. Here's Shea. Has Mike Embach. Embach coming in on
Walking in. Here's a shot.
Back behind him. Szydlowski coming in front. Tries to wrap it around. And he's back behind the net. Out. Here's a shot. Save made. Milan. Great effort by Szydlowski to get some space. And Indianapolis will get it back out to the center line. Comes off the stick of Cazzola and into the Indianapolis zone where the Komets will get a change. Shots are 16-15 in favor of Indianapolis. Out to the blue line. Here's Friedman walking in. Here's a shot. Save made. Rebound. And Hildebrand all over it, and he gets a whistle.
Yeah, puck does not go anywhere as the goaltender Hildebrand is able to hold on to his own rebound as the Komets let the shot go from the angle. Nobody can get in quick enough to get the rebound. Whistle stays inside the Indy zone right now.
11:32 to go in the second period. 5-2 is the score. Indianapolis with the lead. Josh Shea for Indianapolis, 4 goals tonight. Devin Manson to take the face-off for the Komets. He's got Leonard and Milan back at the blue line. Wins it cleanly. Here's Milan. Going to put one back behind the net. Now up along the far side at the blue line. Baptista. Baptista gets it free, puts it out in front of the net. Nobody home, and back come the Fuel. Up on the right side, backhander into the Komet zone. Back behind the net, here's Leonard. He'll wheel it around. It's going to be held up along the far wall at the blue line. Mishkovic. His pass taken away by Baptista. Baptista gains the blue line, comes over on the right side, takes down Mishkovic. And back come the Fuel. Over on the far side, Komets have numbers. They cross over. Here's the shot. That's going to roll just wide. And back on the left side, Friedman. Over to Binkley. Binkley now keeping it in. Here's a shot. Save.
Rebound right there.
And Indianapolis is able to clear it out. Comes back up to the blue line. Mantha holds it in. Stepping up is Baptista. Now Weidman puts it in his own corner, up along the far boards. Weidman with it again. And here's Brady Vail with it. Here's the shot. Going to be tipped. Oh, that goes off the post. Rebound. Another one off the post. Two right in a row.
Baptista, the second one.
Same post, almost the same spot. 5-2. It's going to stay. Indianapolis with the lead. Over on the far side. Komets trying to play it into the Indianapolis zone. And now it's going to roll forward along the near
Indy
side.
Cutting in. Break.
Here's Weidman in front. His shot. Save made. Score! It just rolled in under the left pad of Garrett Bartus, who just came in the game in relief of Eric Hartzell. And Bartus made the stop, got enough to slow it down, but not enough to stop it from creeping over the goal line. It is 6-2 Indianapolis.
And Indy caught the Komets a little bit with a 2-on-1, but they got back fast enough. They threw the puck out in front. The shot was blocked, and then the man got the puck back again on the second effort, let the shot go, trickled through the pads, and that there ends up putting it up to 6-2.
And that will take us down to a timeout. 10:01 to go in the second. 6-2 Indianapolis. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Looking for an apartment? Enjoy carefree living at Steeplechase Apartments, one of Fort Wayne's newest luxury communities. Now renting 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Spacious apartments including appliances and granite countertops. And no more visiting the laundromat. Full-size washer and dryer is included. Also, stay in shape with their 24-hour full-service fitness center with tanning bed. It's all waiting for you at Steeplechase Apartments, conveniently located in northwest Fort Wayne, just seconds from I-69. And now, back to Komet Hockey.
Shell-shocked here in the second period. It is 6-2. Garrett Bartus, who just came into the game, gave up a goal on his first shot that he saw.
Lynch gets the goal.
And Kevin Lynch's 7th of the season. That timeout was called by the Komets to try and slow things down a bit. It was 3-2 at the end of the first period of play. We are now up to 6-2. Under 10 to go here in the second. Up along the near side in the Indianapolis zone. It is played by the Fuel. They will bring it out 3-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. Comes down off the end boards. Back down low. Bobby Shea up along the far side. Held in by Indianapolis. Now Kyle Thomas trying to stick Campbell around, and he gets it over to Vail, but Vail cannot move it any further than the neutral zone. Puck comes back in the Indianapolis zone. Chris Williams has got it. Lost it to Kyle Thomas. Thomas now circles around in neutral territory. Right side, tries to golf it up along the far boards. Kyle Thomas takes this man off the play. Thomas has got it. Thomas at the blue line, trying to get some time as he gets it back behind for Bobby Shea. Sets it up in front. Shot, score!
Good body check. Good body check inside the Indy zone. They steal the puck, throw it back to the corner where Shea was. He finds the man in front of the net. A quick shot, and it's in the net. Komets get another goal. Tie 6-3. Look out! Here we come.
Here comes the comeback. 6-3. Brady Vail will get the goal. And Brady Vail, that is his 5th of the season. Now remember, the Komets hit the post twice in this period as well, so this game could actually be a lot closer as Vail gets the Komets within 3. 9 minutes to go in the second, and back out to center ice.
Vail, Shea, and Thomas will get assists on it.
And that play started with Kyle Thomas up along the far side, taking his man off the play and stealing the puck. Here's Devin Mantha over to Friedman up along the far side in the Indianapolis zone. Now it's played free all the way into the Komet zone. Here's Dan Milan. Milan over onto the far board. Sends it out to Desjardins. Desjardins gets around one man, goes deep into the corner. Now goes back behind the net for Mantha. Mantha upstairs to Dan Milan. Milan whips it around, comes back behind that. Desjardins, and we're going to have a high stick. Komets are going to go on the power play here. Here comes Bartus racing over for the extra attacker. Referee will blow the whistle. And the Komets going on the power play with 8:19 to go in the second, and could not come at a better time. We got the momentum, and now we got a man advantage.
And we've had one power play goal. That one coming at 14:51 of the first period. That was Szydlowski's 15. So see if they start that lineup out there as the Komets get ready to go again.
And we got a timeout on the ice, so we'll step aside. Komets on a power play coming up. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Komets going back on a power play here. Komets 1 for 1 on the man advantage this evening. And we're coming off the timeout. Komets and Toledo, 7:30 start time. It will be this Saturday night, New Year's Eve, the 60th edition of the New Year's Eve game here on Sweetwater Ice. And Robbie, I'm sure you played in quite a few of those.
Yep, big evening actually. I remember we were talking about it the other day too, about years ago when they used to have the firemen and the policemen's ball downstairs before the game. And how the people all dressed up in suits and the ladies were in long dresses and all that before the game. And then they would go downstairs after it and they would have their little party down there. But times have changed and everything's moved around a little bit. But there'll still be a big crowd here for New Year's Eve.
Komets on the power play, down by 3. 8:19 to go in the second. And the Komets come up here. A man advantage. Here's Shea with the shot, and Hildebrand got a piece of it with the blocker.
Szydlowski slid it back to Vail in the high slot. He let the shot go. Nobody in front to block it or to screen him. And Hildebrand got a piece of it, deflected it up over the glass. Face-off will stay in the Indy zone on the power play. Komets.
Face-off to the right of Hildebrand. Comes up to Shea. Oh, he just can't hold on to it. Just skips over the blue line. Shea will have to retreat back. Komets have to get back on sides. Here's Szydlowski. Going to wheel run around, and here's Hildebrand to stop it. Plays it off the glass. Cazzola. Shea.
Got to back out.
Is not going to step up, and the puck is going to come all the way down into the Komet zone. Here's Shea in the corner. Shea pushes it up to Cazzola. Cazzola on the left side comes off the boards looking for Kyle Thomas. He's got him a little bit too tall for him, however, but Thomas gets to it in the corner. Here's Cazzola. Trying to go back behind. Got to go upstairs to Szydlowski. Szydlowski, top of the circle, sneaking in. Puts it out in front. Oh, he had Schaafsma, and he couldn't connect.
He's ready to cock it and let her go.
Here's Cazzola in the corner. Now it's Schaafsma's turn with it. Comes up to Szydlowski. Still 1:06 to go on the power play. Sid coming upstairs. Touch pass over to Cazzola. Cazzola creeping in to Schaafsma. Back behind the net. Schaafsma up along the far side. Now goes back into the corner. In front, tipped and knocked down back behind the net. Up top to the blue line. Nobody there on the point, and it's going to come all the way down to Garrett Bartus. Bartus out to Binkley with 43 seconds to go on the power play. And Bartus will come up along the near side. Bartus now gets the attention of Tristan King. Now
they got him pinned in a little bit now.
Now he's got to go back to Desjardins with 30 seconds to play on the power play. Up along the far side, Mike Embach. Carries it over the blue line, on sides, cross sides pass, comes off the boards. Here's Binkley in the high slot, takes a shot, going to be tipped down in the corner. Schaafsma along the far side, up top of the blue line. Binkley flattens it out over to Desjardins, stepping up. Can he get a shot? Going to go down low off the side of the cage. Back behind the net with 8 seconds. Here's Desjardins. Desjardins now walking in again. Goes down low, looking for someone to give it to in front. Desjardins again, the shot. Hildebrand the save.
Too tight.
And he makes the save. And now
pushing and shoving.
More pushing.
Indy gets their player back on the ice, so the penalty's all over as they get a little pushing in front of the net. Desjardins involved in it with the Indy defenseman.
6:18 to go in the second period. Shots in the game are 20-17 in favor of the Komets, but the Komets trailing by 3.
9-5, the Komets out shooting them in this period, but being outscored 3-1 in this period, 6-3 in the game.
Face-off will be to the right of Hildebrand. Komets will get a line change coming off that power play. Komets 1 for 2 tonight on the man advantage. And the face-off again in the Indianapolis zone. Devin Mantha.
Tried to get the draw back to the point. Leonard back there for the shot. Come on, guys, drop the puck. There we go.
And it comes up top of the circle. Picked off by Szydlowski. Here's a shot, knocked down. Comes down into the corner, and now it's Will Weber. Weber sends it off the end boards. And it's picked up by Indianapolis up along the near wing. Down in the fuel zone, we got a pile up down there, and Baptista can't come away with it. And it's rimmed out by Nick Madsen. All the way down, racing for it is Devin Mantha. He will pick it up, plays it off the glass in his own zone. Comes off to Leonard, who's looking for Baptista. Puck rolling around on Baps, comes down in the Indianapolis zone. Komets are offsides, and that will draw the whistle. 5:42 to go in the second. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Fort Wayne's newest Northside Sports Bar is your place to see the big games, including pro and college. Doozy Sports Bar and Grill next to Red River Steakhouse has become a fan favorite to see the best sports events with their incredible food and drink specials and wall-to-wall big flat screen TVs. Open daily 11 to 11 or later for the big games. Doozy's has daily lunch specials and is always the place to come out and watch the games. Doozy's next to Red River Steakhouse, just off I-69 at Coldwater Road in Washington Center.
You're listening to Komet Hockey.
Now the lead at 6-3. Back behind the net, down in the Komets.
Yeah,
here's
front again.
That's going to be blocked on the centering pass. Kyle Fulmer with the play. Fulmer blocked Tristan King, and now Fulmer's got the puck. Up along the far boards at center ice, Kyle Thomas over to Desjardins. Over onto the near side. Now back up top. Fulmer with a shot. That's going to go wide. McDonald catches up to it. Cut off by Brady Vail. Vail in the corner. And Vail picks it up for the Komets. Comes up top to Milan. Milan with a shot. And Hildebrand hanging on.
Hildebrand makes the save again from the point. The shot was not that effective because nobody in front of the net to deflect it. But he makes the save, kills the play. Line change will come up from both teams with 4:44 in the second period left. Need a goal before we end this period, guys. Cut that down to 2.
Face off to the right of Hildebrand. It's going to be Mike Cazzola to take it for the Komets. Puck comes to Mike Embach, who puts a quick one on the net. It's going to be knocked down wide. Comes up along the far boards. Indianapolis has it. Comes out to the center line. And it's played into the Comet zone. Bartus out of the pipe. Will swing it around. Comes along the near side. Now knocked back in, back behind the Comet net. Back up along the near wing. And still, puck now gets deep again. Centering pass intercepted by Embach. And it's Embach could not quite clear it. And now Cazzola has it. Gets it to Embach. Embach on the right side. Carries it over. Winds up. Here's the shot and the save made. Back behind the net. Here's Szydlowski. Comes up to Dan Milan. Milan gets it back to Szydlowski. Turnaround shot. Going to be taken away. And back up to the blue line. Milan stepping up but couldn't save it. And it comes down into the Comet zone. 3:58 to go in the second period. 22-17 are the shots. Comets lead in that category, but not on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're throwing the puck at the net a little more in this period and trying to get the puck to do a little work for them and hope they get a break around the net. But right now, Indy's protecting it pretty well, and Szydlowski, pretty big goaltender back there holding his own.
Brady Vail on the face-off for the Comets in the Indianapolis zone. Out to Weber. Weber at the blue line. Thought about winding up. Gives it over to Kyle Thomas. He snaps off a shot. That's going to be broken up. Back out to Weber. Weber steps back up. Here's Vail. Cross-ice pass to Binkley. Thought about the shot. Going to drop it up along the far wall. He's got Schaafsma.
Cutting to the net.
Cutting to the net. And his shot going to be taken away. Comes up along the near side. Will Weber. Weber gets tangled up with his man. Comes back behind the net. And Mishkovic picks it up for Indianapolis. Plays it off the glass. And knocked down by Binkley. Out of the zone. Here's Vail with it. Vail coming over. Cross-ice pass off the boards. Binkley comes down low. Schaafsma back up top to Binkley on the point. Here's a shot. That's going to go wide. Now Vail picks it back up. Whips it around. And it goes over to Kyle Thomas. Thomas stepping up. Back behind the net. Off the stick of Schaafsma into the corner. And wheeled around up along the near side. Will Weber will step up and he'll hold it in just for a moment. Now a big strong backhander will come all the way out of the zone.
Indy will ice it again.
And Binkley will touch it up, and that will draw another icing. We'll take another break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Nelson, Mays, and Wonka. All famous Willies. But getting the Willies, it isn't fun. That creepy feeling you get when you see all your high-interest debt? Partners First Federal Credit Union has the cure for the Willies with products that are designed to help you. Nothing brings out those Willies more than a mortgage, car loan, or high-interest credit card. Partners First can keep those Willies away. Just go to partnersfirstcu.org to get started. Partners First Federal Credit Union. Part of your community. Part of your tomorrow. Partners First Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. MLS number 405819.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
We've got 2:46 to go in the second period. Comets have got some decent pressure on Hildebrandt in the second half of this period. And if we get another goal before we head to the break, we could have a very different third period.
Yeah, we're definitely carrying the play to them right now. We're the ones throwing the offense at them, but obviously down 3 goals. We have to. But Indy just playing defense and dumping it in. They're icing a little bit, and the momentum's changing a little bit. Need a goal, as you say.
Comes up top to the blue line, and the Comets hang on to it. Here's Cazzola in front. Here's the shot right into the glove of Hildebrandt.
Yep, up a little high, a little far out as Cazzola stole the puck. That's a quick wrist shot goal. Hildebrandt made the save. Face-off will stay in the Indy zone. Lines will stay the same, no changes. Cazzola at center, Embach and Szydlowski up forward.
Here's Cazzola on the drop for the Comets. He's got Shea and Fulmer at the blue line. And it comes up along the far board. Shea can't quite hang on to it at the blue line.
It's
and here
stolen.
comes
They got a breakaway.
They're going to be all alone in on Bartus. They shoot pad. Save
nice
by Bartus.
Save.
Comes down into the corner.
Yeah, they had a 2-on-none break.
Could be a game changer there for the Comets up along the far side.
Here we
Cazzola.
are. We break down.
And here we go. 3-on-2. Szydlowski in front. Drops it back to Cazzola. Score. No. Save made. It's going to be robbed by Hildebrandt.
And Embach at the side of the net.
How did he bring that back? It looked like it crossed the line, but apparently it did, and he got the left leg out.
Yeah, Embach tried to get it up high, but I think he was in a little too close. As a three-way pass and play was a little sloppy. They did finally get it to the net, and as he tried to get it up high, somehow Hildebrandt got the pad and the glove there to kill the play.
Well, from up here in the press box, it looked like it actually crossed the line, but Hildebrand got the left leg out just enough.
And that play all coming after down the far end that Garrett Bartus made a big save on a 2-on-none breakaway, and he come up huge for the Komets right there. And unfortunately, we couldn't get the goal when we needed. 2:14 to go, still second period.
Face off in the Indianapolis zone. Vail on the circle. Comes up top, and here's Binkley. Binkley along the far side. Here's a shot. Oh, he left a rebound out. Comes up along the near side. Buck now rolling end over end into the neutral zone. Comes up along the near side. Kyle Thomas digs it free to Schaafsma to Vail. Vail comes down the right side with a backhander. Pays the price as he unloads the puck in the Indianapolis zone. Up along the near side, up top. Here is Weber with the shot. Score!
There we go.
Will Weber. A blast from the blue line, and we've got a new game.
Yeah, Comet player in front of the net. He was tangled up with the defenseman. He forced the screen in front of the net. I believe it was Kyle Thomas. He got pushed around a little bit there, but was able to stay in front of the net, screen the goaltender, create the interference. The shot from the net goes in the net. We cut the margin to 2. Here we come.
1:50 to go in the second period. 6-4, Indianapolis. Komets are creeping back into this one. Will Weber with the goal. And that is Weber's just his second of the season. And the puck comes into the Komet zone off the face-off, comes up along the near side, and into the Komet zone. Here's Friedman, gets it loose, gets it to Curtis Leonard. Leonard up along the far side. Puck rolls around at the blue line. Desjardins brings it into the Indianapolis zone at the blue line, and it's now going to roll back out to center. Puck's going to come all the way down to Bartus.
Penalty coming up.
It down, and we've got an injured Indianapolis player at the blue line.
Yeah, the Indy player went after one of the Komets. I don't know if the collision at the center, but the player is down right now. Is it Ramsey?
Brady Ramsey, number 27. He went down in a heap right at the Komet blue line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's his wrist or what he's after right now.
Looks like he could have a bloody nose there. It looks like he's cut.
Oh, okay.
So it will be a penalty on the Komets. Let's see exactly what it is. We can get the replay up here on the big board with 1:19 to go in the second. And we see Ramsey at the blue line. He got a hit from behind. Oh, it was Milan.
Milan come across and caught him with his head down. Got him up high with the shoulder. And that'll
Milan right now, they're going to call an elbow on Milan. And Milan right now is just punching at his shoulder, telling the referee, I got him with the shoulder.
Yeah. And it looked like he did, but caught him on the blind side a little bit. And you go for the head anytime, shoulder, elbow, and they're going to call it. So Milan will go in the box, 2 minutes.
So it'll be power play time for Indianapolis. And look who's out there, number 22.
Yeah.
Josh Shalla for Indianapolis, 4 goals tonight.
Yeah, we got to kill this penalty up. 1:19 left in this period and then into the next period. So let's kill the power play up. They've got themselves 2 power play goals, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Face off in the Komet zone.
Face off to the right of Garrett Bartus, who came in relief halfway through the second period for Eric Hartzell. And here's Kyle Thomas on the penalty kill. Brings it into the Indianapolis zone. Comes up along the near side. Alex Weidman picks it up for Indianapolis. Sends it forward. Brings it into the Komet zone. Puck rolls down. Bartus will stop it. Curtis Leonard will wrap it around. It's stopped on the point. And now top of the circle. Here's King upstairs to the blue line. Back up top to Press. Press winding up over to Weidman on the right side. Weidman back up to the blue line. Here's a shot. Save made. And right into the chest of Bartus, and the Komets will clear it.
Yeah, defense pick up the rebound and fire it down the ice.
40 seconds to go here in the second. Komets skating a man down here. It's Indianapolis. Tristan King will bring it into the Komet zone. Comes off the glass and over on the far side. Weidman and Szydlowski fight for it. Weidman wins the battle, but he can't keep it in. Pass creeps over the line. Mishkovic has to go back for it. 20 seconds up along the far up on the far side with 20 seconds to go in the period. Over onto the right side. And picking it up is Mishkovic coming down on Bartus. Goes back behind the net.
Looking for somebody
in front. Going to go wide all the way up along the far side with 4 seconds. Drops it down low. Comes back behind the net. And that's the horn as they try and center it. Indianapolis buzzing there pretty good on that power play in the final seconds, but unable to get a shot on goal. 6-4 is the score here at the end of 2 periods of play. Indianapolis will have 41 seconds of power play time coming up to them when we start the 3rd period. And Robbie, Indianapolis, I think all the pressure is on them right now. Remember, they're on a 12-game losing streak. So right now, when they had the score at 6-2, now it's 6-4. Now they're the ones thinking, here we go again.
Yeah, and they get outshot in that period 15-7. So the Komets come on pretty strong, throwing a lot of pucks at the net, and they finally get a couple of goals late in the period, one at 11-minute mark, and then the last one, Weber, his second of the season, at the 18-10 mark. So that's definitely turned the momentum around. Now the power play right now is key to it. The Komets will have to kill off 41 seconds going into the 3rd period. But with the momentum on their side and the point that you say, Indianapolis has not won in 12 games. Sometimes they forget how to win, and all of a sudden it's very difficult to try to keep a lead and hold on to a lead. And that's what they looked like they were trying to do in that 2nd period. So the Komets, a little bit of momentum on their side. They need to get that first goal in the 3rd period.
And it's the 2nd straight game the Komets have had to switch goaltenders halfway through it. And this has actually happened quite a bit since Pat Nagel has gone down that first week of November. So an interesting thing that Garrett Bartus can come in relief and maybe get the victory here tonight if the Komets can come back. All right, we are heading to the 3rd period with our score 6-4. Indianapolis with the lead. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Have you had an MRI and later were shocked by the high cost of your copay? Your out-of-pocket insurance cost can be 3 times higher depending on where you go. Call us first. Find out your estimated costs before your exam. And if you don't have insurance, pay as little as $4.25. Why pay more? It's your choice where you go. Choose from our 3 locations: Auburn, Decatur, or Fort Wayne Open MRI on Lake Avenue.
Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Take Midwest Gloves and Gear to work with you by using their full line of work gloves. Midwest Work Line features max performance gloves, PBR, along with a wide variety of Midwest branded gloves for any type of work. Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made work gloves, and Midwest believes in investing in America. And that's why the Work Line features many styles made right here in the USA. For over 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Komets looking to come back again as we head to the 3rd period, down 6-4. Komets will have 41 seconds left of Dan Milan's penalty to kill off when we start the 3rd and final period. Komet fans, coming up this Thursday, the Komets will be taking on Cincinnati on December 29th, and the Komets will be holding a new and used hockey equipment and skate sale in the Century Club, located just north of the Komet locker room. Skates, protective equipment, and some sticks will be available at rock-bottom prices. Everything will be priced to sell on December 29th when the Komets take on the Cyclones in the Century Club coming up on the 29th, and this will be the first time the Cyclones have come here to Fort Wayne this season. Recapping the scoring, what has happened in this one, and it has been a bit of a soap opera as Indianapolis jumps out to the big 2-0 lead to start things off in the first. Josh Shea, 2 goals in that first period, actually 3. So we'll get to that third one in a second. Shea got the first one at 3:55. He got a second at 7:58 before Szydlowski could get the Komets' first goal at 14:51. It was Sid's 15th of the season. Bobby Shea and Mike Cazzola the assist, and it was on the power play. And then Shea got his third of the game, 13th of the season at 16:10, and Indianapolis was up 3-1. Komets cut it down to 1 as we headed to the second period. Mike Cazzola, his 13th of the season at 16:56. Mike Embach and Jamie Schaafsma with the assist. And then Josh Shea, again, his 4th of the game, 14th of the season at 1:06 of the second period, and it was on the power play. Mishkovic, his first of the season at 6:50 of that second period. D'Amico the assist, and then Lynch, his 7th of the year for Indianapolis at 9:58. Weidman the assist, and it appeared that the route was going to be on, but here come the Komets. Brady Vail, his 5th of the season at 11 minutes of that second period. Bobby Shea and Kyle Thomas the assist. And then Will Weber got a big one at the tail end of that second period, his 2nd of the season. Kyle Thomas the assist, and Jamie Schaafsma the other helper on that, as Jamie Schaafsma now has 2 assists tonight, as Will Weber nets that one at 18:10 to cut the lead back down to 2. As Fort Wayne gets 26 shots on net through 2 periods of play. Indianapolis with 19. Jake Hildebrand, he's seen 26 shots, turned 22 aside. As the second game in a row, the Komets have to pull their starting goaltender, Eric Hartzell, after giving up 5 goals through 1.5 periods of play. He saw 26 minutes and 50 seconds, saw 16 shots, 11 saves. Garrett Bartus comes in, makes 2 saves, gives up 1 goal, and has 3 shots against him. 13-10 is the total playing time for Garrett Bartus tonight. Indianapolis 2 for 3 on the power play. They've seen 9 minutes and penalties on 3 infractions. The Komets 1 for 2 with a man advantage. 11 minutes in infractions on 4 penalties here this evening to give us that score of 6-4 as we head to the third and final period. Komets going to have to make a comeback again in the third period. We'll be back. We'll have a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. You're listening to Komet Hockey on Owowo.
O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the values you've been looking for on all the new 2017 models, starting at $34,995. The 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited with lift kit, rims, and tires is ready to tackle the toughest competition. The Ram 1500 pickup with best-in-class fuel economy and more power and guts than any other truck on the market. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is one tough truck. Also, check out our new line of commercial ProMaster vans for all your work needs. Chrysler has perfected the family vehicle with the all-new Chrysler Pacifica. Optional 8-passenger seating, dual TVs, satellite radio. It's the most advanced minivan in its class. See the complete line of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
at the Coliseum. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons here tonight. I want to remind everyone that the Sport One Parkview Ice House is proud to be the official practice facility of the Fort Wayne Komets. Located on Iceway across from Glenboro Komets, the Ice House is Fort Wayne's home for hockey. Come celebrate your birthday party at the Sport One Parkview Ice House. Packages are offered for skate and bounce parties. Bring the guests of honor, friends, and cake, and let our party team take care of the rest. Schedule your party today at 444-2788. And now we have a very special guest, as special broadcast is going to be hijacked now by Comet President Michael Franke. And Michael, we got to come from behind yet again.
We do. We got to come up with a couple goals. I thought our energy level got better there the last half of the second period and hit a couple goal posts. But we gave up far too many quality shots the first half of the game. You know, the goaltenders were making the first save, and the rebounds were ending up in the net. But hopefully we can come up. I think the team that scores the first goal here in the third period is going to win this hockey game.
And speaking of goaltenders, this is now, I don't know how many games we've had this year where we almost are working the goaltenders like a bullpen in baseball, bringing in the closer almost.
Yeah.
It's the second straight game where we are going to end the game with a different goaltender than we started with.
And that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. I think at times we do that to try to change up what's going on the ice. We were a little lethargic there for a while, and you know, they somehow tripped over themselves on the 3-on-0 breakaway, and Bartus got a piece of it. So that was a big save. We come down and score a goal to make it 6-4. So hopefully we will get that first goal here in the third period and get rolling. We got a lot of people here in the building tonight, that a lot of families, a lot of groups, you know, that come every year this time between Christmas and New Year's. So hopefully we can come back and get a couple of goals and make it interesting.
And two more games this weekend: Cincinnati on Thursday, and of course the traditional New Year's Eve game coming up on Saturday. And it's we've been playing this game since 1955, so it's one of the biggest games of the year.
So let's see, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, what do we got? About 7 decades here.
Yeah, thereabouts.
I just took my shoes and socks off and figured that one out. But yeah, we've got the big New Year's Eve game, and you want to get your tickets early. We're about 6,500 already for New Year's Eve. And also on Thursday night when we play Cincinnati, there's a holiday skate after the game. So bring your skates on Thursday and get involved in the skate after the game. And one of the big reasons I wanted to come on tonight is Steve and Dave and Rich and Bill and my Aunt Lois is in the hospital, or actually in a rehab center, and I know she's listening tonight, and we wanted to say hello to her, and we're going to try to get a couple goals, Aunt Lois, to get this game tied up, because I know she gets frustrated sitting there listening to these games when we get behind.
We all do. We all do. Now, real quickly, before we get off the air here, as we talk about promotions coming up, January 7th is going to be a big night. We haven't retired a number in a long time. Number 19 is going to be take up to the rafters, belonging to Terry McDougal. And Sean Szydlowski, where's number 19? I'm sure there was some negotiation there, so Sid can keep it the rest of the year.
Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to hook a rope onto Sean's back, and we're just going to hoist him up to the rafters.
He can actually wear the retired number tape the rest of the year.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. Terry has told Dave Franke, the general manager of the team, that he has no problem if Sean wears 19 the rest of the season. We'll have to wait and see what happens. You know, I thought we could give Szydlowski 91, but that would only be good through the middle of February. So, yeah, we'll figure that out, and maybe he'll have to fight with Mantha for 27 again.
You know what? That's a good idea. Or we could get Doogie down there, and we have Sid. We can duke it out.
Yeah, that's right.
That'll be a good.
I wouldn't mess with Doogie. I mean, he's a tough kid, still a tough guy, and a very deserving individual. You know, when you sit down and look at it, you think to yourself, why didn't this happen a long time ago? I mean,
you look at those numbers, you're right.
It was incredible. You know, he was tied, I believe, with Len Thornton for the all-time single-season point record, 139 points, I believe it was, for the Komets. And anybody that was here during that era of Komet hockey, you know, Boy, did Bob get excited when McDougal picked up the puck. He was a great skater, a great stick handler, and of course, above all, a great playmaker and scorer. And so it'll be fun to see that. His daughter just graduating from the University of Michigan, she never saw him play hockey. So this is, this will be very interesting for his daughter. So we're looking forward to January 7th, but we got some business to do between now and then.
Yep, let's take care of the Indianapolis Fuel here tonight. We're going to the third period. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Once upon a galaxy in a world far, far ago.
This party is lame. There's no cool kids here.
But, Dad, you planned the party.
You're right. I'm tired of being in the doghouse. The other dads were laughing at me and throwing cats. That's seriously bad.
Since Father Figure was concerned with his approval rating, he knew we needed to act fast.
We need someone to bring the fun stat.
How about me, kids?
Get out of here, you. You're bat poop crazy. And besides, I'm 43.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Well, we dodged a rubber chicken with that one.
Now, since Father Figure had incurred the wrath of the Clown Mafia, he knew he needed to overcompensate and get some cool points fast. Oh, yes. Cool points are like gold. Pretty shiny gold.
I need to call Tag Art. Give me that phone, Joey.
It's Tommy.
That's what I said, Frank. I'm dialing 456-6999.
With that, Father Figure was instantly connected to Tag Art, where a whole list of service options were laid out before him. Caricatures, face painting, costume characters, stilt walkers, and beyond. No pressure, no egos, and all local talent. Tax-paying artists, bully.
And no more flying cats.
Father Figure further learned of Tag Art's website, tagartcompany.com, where he could see samples of work and not just trust a stranger with a great phone voice.
He did have a great phone voice.
So the next time you need to bring the fun to your party, college, office, mitzvah, reception, or general wacky-doo shindig.
They do wacky-doo, too?
They truly do. For you, too. No poo. So get the tag team, and you'll know why they say, Tag, we're it.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Comet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Coliseum. I'd like to thank Comet President Michael Franke for joining me here in between periods as we get ready for the third and final period. The Comets don't want to make it back-to-back losses, especially against a team trying to break a 12-game losing skid. Comets have got to come back. We're down by a pair. We'll take one more break. Third period coming up. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
I bank with Fifth Third because I don't wait for anything. To get downstairs faster, I replaced my staircase with the fireman's pole. For me, every hour is rush hour, and the early bird never gets the worm because I beat him to it. Yes, I don't wait for anything. That's why I use the faster mobile app from Fifth Third Bank, which lets me do things like check my balance without logging in. To save time, I put zippers on my button-down shirts. I tune into game shows just for the lightning rounds, and my high school graduation speech was quite brief. In fact, it was a haiku.
Bright future awaits. Never surrender. Dream big. Congratulations.
Take the weight out of banking with Fifth Third Bank's faster mobile app, which lets you check your balance without logging in, transfer funds with fewer taps, and deposit checks without pushing a button. Mobile banking, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Visit a banking center or 53.com to open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Member FDIC.
This is what it sounds like when you get a gift you don't want.
Oh, a blender. Thanks.
And this is what it sounds like when you get a gift you really want.
I can't believe you got me a new Chevy.
Hear the difference at the Chevy Red Tag sales event, where you can find special holiday pricing. Plus, when you find your tag, you can get additional cash back on select Chevy vehicles. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. For vehicle eligibility, visit ChevyRedTagSalesEvent.com. Not available with some other offers. Take delivery by 1/3/17. See dealer for details.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them Heat and Glow's finest, to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. They can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Spees Fieldhouse. For a great Heat and Glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Period underway here from the Coliseum. Komets skating a man down. 6-4 is the score. Indianapolis with the lead. As Matson has got the puck behind his own net. Now down to 6 seconds to go on the power play, and they give it up.
Intercepted again.
Comes up to the blue line. Tristan King pulls it back, brings it into the Komet zone on the left
All
side.
even, 5 on 5.
That just goes wide. Here's Mike Embach coming off the bench. Sends it over to Kyle Thomas. Gets bumped off the play by Mishkovic. And it comes out to Weidman, who will send it into the Komet zone. Over on the far boards, here's Cazzola weaving through some traffic. Nice little toe drag, comes it down in front. Dumped on the play. No penalty called. As Mike Embach actually was tripped up. Not Cazzola. Comes back behind the net. Indianapolis has it up along the far side. Back over onto the right wing. Comes forward. And into the Komet zone. Far side, here's a shot that goes wide. Comes up top to the blue line. And now back behind the net, it's Bobby Shea. Shea got taken off the play back behind the net. They try and put it in front of Bartus. Bartus pokes at it.
Rambo, look out.
Bartus all over the place. And it is going to be under Bartus's left leg, but the light came on.
Yeah, but I think the referee's standing right there. He saw it. He blew the whistle, and we got the whistle on it, and it stayed out of the net. The goal judge jumped the whistle a little bit too late there. So no goal. Stays out. Nice save, Marcus.
Shots in the game are 26-21 in favor of the Komets.
Indy coming at them very strongly right now. They got the power play over. Back to full strength, both teams, but Indy still coming after them for that next goal.
Now Cazzola in the face-off circle for the Komets. Eamon Guptill will fight for it, and it comes up to the blue line. Here's a shot. Oh, deflected just wide. And coming up on it is Mike Embach. Embach couldn't clear it. Now it's pushed into the neutral zone. Knocked down by Guptill and into the Komet zone. Bartus will swipe it around. Comes from the near side. Will Weber pins his man up against the glass. Eamon Guptill will do battle, and it comes out to Cazzola. Weber has got it. Gains his own blue line. Got it taken away right at the red line. Going to trickle into the Indianapolis zone. Comes off the boards. Touch pass. Cazzola can do anything with it. Now it comes off the boards again and into the Komet zone. Weber will swipe it around. Stepping up is Embach. Embach will grab it in stride. Now a cross-ice pass comes to Szydlowski. Szydlowski top of the circle, has a man in front. It is Embach. He couldn't pull the trigger. Got it taken away by King. Here comes King down the right side. Got a man on the left side. Weidman tries to put it out in front. Nice play by Binkley. Now down to the corner. Centering pass comes up to the Komets. And it belongs to Mike Embach. Embach with a backhander. Comes off the end boards and down low into the corner. Comes up to Binkley. Binkley takes a shot. Going to be blocked. And up top of the blue line. Puck's going to come all the way down into the Komet zone left side. And the Komets steal it away. Jason Binkley has it. Long pass. Comes along the far boards. On top of the circle. Dropping it back. Here's Vail coming in. In front. Oh, it blocked in front. As Hildebrandt didn't have to make a play. And it is Kyle Thomas right side. Here's a shot. Just missed it.
Over the net again.
Over on the far board. Brady Vail pushes his man off the play. Knocked down by Kyle Thomas. Thomas around the back. Comes upstairs. Here's a shot. And Hildebrandt right into his gut, and he will haul it in.
Nice play, Thomas, to get the puck back to the point. Quick shot, but nobody in front of the net. As Hildebrandt stepped up, made the save, no rebound.
6:44 to go here in the third period. Komets down by a pair. And the faceoff will be in the Indianapolis zone.
They'll change them up. Both teams change lines. Faceoff will stay in Indy zone.
Faceoff to the right of Hildebrandt, and here's Mantha. Puts it in the corner. Indianapolis wins the faceoff, and it's going to be intercepted by Desjardins on the right side. Desjardins pushed off the play, comes up along the near side, and it belongs to Bobby Shea. Over to Fulmer. His pass is intercepted, but he's able to get it back quickly. Drops it back to Shea. And it comes up along the near side. Here's Baptista racing for it here on the near side. That's going to be an icing on the Komets. 16:21 to go in the third period. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
ERS OCI Wireless is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS OCI Wireless is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their business more efficiently. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.ers-oci.com.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan and Company in Fort Wayne.
Under 16 to play in the third. Down in the Komet zone, Indianapolis has it. Here's Guptill along the near side. Lost the puck back behind the Komet net where it's controlled by Shea. Shea up along the far side out to the blue line. And he's going to find Szydlowski on the right wing over the blue line. Gets it in deep. In front. Score!
Get it. Got Cazzola. Nice backhand pass right to the crease. And the man went straight to it. I don't know if it's the winger, Embach, who's playing on that wing. But they get the goal. Embach does get it. And Szydlowski will get an assist for making the pass down to Cazzola. Cazzola, nice spin around a back pass right into the goal crease. And then goes Embach and pops it in the net. Good goal.
15:39 to go in the third. Komets now within one. 6-5 is the score, and we come out to center ice. Even strength goal for Mike Embach. Komets full within one. Now all the pressure on Indianapolis. McDonald brings it into the Komet zone. Here's the shot on Bartus. It's going to go well wide and up along the far side. Schaafsma has got it. Komets were down 6-2 at one point tonight. Komets have it behind their own net. Binkley will give it to Vail. Vail, far side, comes off the board. Pass goes behind Kyle Thomas, and Indianapolis gets it back into the Komet zone. It's Binkley again along the far side, moves it over to Will Weber. Kyle Thomas has got it. Thomas far side. Here's Vail in on Hildebrand. Tries to center it. Nice play by Chris Williams to break it up the passing lane. Up top of the blue line, Binkley. Here's the shot. That's going to be deflected. Into the corner. Schaafsma will give chase. Up along the far side. And back in the corner. Centering pass picked up by King. King will float it into the Komet zone. Binkley goes back on D. Got a man on him. Binkley wins the battle. Going to go back into the corner. Here's Will Weber. Cycles it around. He's got Baptista. Baptista along the far side. Digging for it is Desjardins. Pass a little bit too far out in front. Desjardins is able to get a hold of it, though. Mantha comes in to help out, but he can't keep it in the zone. Here's Leonard. Far side. And back out to Mantha. Mantha with a backhander. Going to roll over the blue line, but sent back into the Komet zone. That's going to hit off the end board. And Leonard touches it up in the corner. Gives it up to Dan Milan. And Milan up along the right side. Comes off the skate of Mantha. Up along the far side and all the way into the zone. It's Robin Press coming off along the near side. And Guptill takes the puck away. Lost it here in the Indianapolis zone. Baptista in front to Desjardins. His shot, just misses wide. Trying to catch that outside post.
Komets with the pressure.
Wheeled around along the far side. Kevin Lynch gets it into the Komet zone. Dan Milan back with it. Comes off the boards. And they send it into the Komet zone. Hits off the inboards. Here's Curtis Leonard. Leonard picks it up. Will skate behind his own net with 13:18 to go in the game. Komets down by 1. Mike Cazzola, far side, comes off the stick of Mike Embach. Comes back behind the net. Embach will chase it. They come in. They crash the net. Can't get a shot off. Rolls back behind. Near side, Bobby Shea stepping up, spins around, gives it to Szydlowski. Here's Sid at the blue line. Takes a shot. Hildebrand the save. Score! Score!
Embach again in front. He may have got a piece of it.
Embach, I think he's going to get the goal.
Yeah.
Sean Szydlowski with a great spin move at the blue line to keep that play going. And Mike Embach with the equalizer. 6-6. 12:56 to go in the third.
Bobby Shea, the defenseman, made the play at the blue line. He kept it in. He made a little flip pass to Szydlowski. Szydlowski took the wrist shot at the net. Embach went to the net and hit the defenseman. Hit Embach, close to the net. They tie it up. Nice goal. They went to the net with it.
We are
7:04.
tied at 6. Mike Embach, 3 points tonight, 2 goals and an assist. And we are even up. Puck comes into the Komet zone. And here is Bartus. He will stop it, gives it to Binkley. Comes down into the corner, up along the near side. Kyle Thomas. And we got a big pile up. Thomas tries to fish it out of there. Oh, they're going to give the goal to Sid. So the assist goes to Embach.
You must have hit the defensive skate.
So we'll see if that changes or not, but we finally get a frozen puck along the near side in the Komet zone, and the face-off will be in the Komet zone.
Yeah, the shot from the point that Szydlowski took after taking the pass from Shea went right to the front, and that's where Embach and the defenseman were. It looked like it hit Embach, but he must have got a piece of it because he got an assist on the play, and the defenseman got the deflection off Szydlowski's shot. It's in the net. We've got it tied.
And now here's Weidman walking in right on Bartus, and what a save by number 60.
Wow.
Weidman just shot out of there off of the face-off. Everybody just parted out of his way, and Bartus robbing him.
Where did the defenseman go on that? Wow. Look out, guys. Right from the face-off, they walk in. Bartus all by himself. They make a great deke on him, and he makes the pad save and keeps the puck out. 6-6. 12:15 to go. Come on, guys, tighten up.
12 goals put up on the board tonight in the face-off in the Komet zone. Mantha in the face-off circle. Squares off with Brady Ramsey. Or check that, that's Colin McDonald, number 26. Puck is dropped, and it goes to the Komets. Dan Milan tried to go right up the middle of the ice looking for Baptiste. It's going to go to Hildebrandt. And Hildebrandt will play it up along the wall. He'll ice it himself, yep. 12:04 to go in the game. We're tied at 6. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
The Holiday Inn at the Coliseum reminds us that it's not too early to think about your holiday parties and get-togethers. Located across from the Memorial Coliseum, the Holiday Inn has enough space for 300 guests for your event and a highly trained staff to assist you every step of the way. A full-service catering department and 151 guest rooms await you for your next event. Contact Olivia Moore at 260-579-9134 to schedule your party today. The Holiday Inn Coliseum, the official hotel of the Komets. You're listening to Komet Hockey.
Embach, here's a shot, save, rebound steered all the way out to the blue line.
Hildebrandt made a nice save on that. A good quick shot from 20 feet out.
And Shea up along the far side to Mike Embach. Puck comes in. Here's Bobby Shea. Goes back behind the net. Puts it over to Szydlowski. In front. Oh, he had a man. It was
throwing that at the net, didn't he?
Couldn't connect. Far side. Cazzola again. Goes down low to Szydlowski. Centering pass. Trying to go up to the blue line. A little bit behind Embach. And it goes out of the zone. Binkley will retreat back for Fort Wayne. Goes back behind his own net. And Binkley will take his time. Gets a little bit of space out there. Trying to get around the defenseman Lynch. Comes up along the right side over the stick of Szydlowski, and that one it will be an icing. Now the Komets, they're trying that home run passes up and down the middle and down the walls and trying to.
They actually don't need that. They've got Indianapolis backing up, so they're not putting any pressure on them in the defensive zone, so they can walk right out 2-on-2, come up the ice, and then go into the zone as a unit instead of that their rink-wide pass and a long pass up the ice and seeing if they can get a break. So still 10:58 to go. Face-off in the Komet zone.
Face-off comes up to the blue line, held in by Indianapolis. Comes out to Schaafsma. Schaafsma on the far side. Got it poked away right there at the penalty box. And the puck comes into the Indianapolis zone, into the corner. Back behind the net, here's Mishkovic. Up along the far side, his pass going to be knocked down by Binkley, and Binkley will get it deep into the Indianapolis zone. Mishkovic will give chase. He's taken off the play by Desjardins. And the puck is up down in the corner. Oh, we got 2 pucks out there. Well, where have you seen that happen before?
I don't know
we had
where
a
that
puck
came.
in the corner. The referee blew the whistle. And there's another one. There's 3 pucks, actually. It was actually caught up in the net down in the corner, and there was a couple down there.
Oh, they popped up when the screen hit it.
So, I've never seen 3 pucks in play there at the same time before.
The old 2-puck trick.
Just the way Gary drew it up. The old 2-puck trip. It works every time. So the face-off will be in the Indianapolis zone. 10:30 to go in the third. We're tied at 6, and I think we've seen just about everything here tonight.
Yeah. Face-off stays in the Indy zone.
Comes up to Leonard. Here's a shot. Save.
Rebound.
Loose in
Scramble.
front, and the Komets can't connect. Far side goes back behind the net. Baptista looking for someone, puts it in front, and Hildebrand got a piece of it with the stick. Comes down into the corner, up along the far side, and knocked back into Hildebrand. He will keep the play moving as he just sends it over to Matson. Down the left side and all the way into the Comet zone. Here's Leonard. Leonard picks it up, far side again. It is Milan. Now back to Leonard. And Leonard goes to Mantha. Mantha left side to Desjardins. We'll flip it into the Indianapolis zone here into the corner. There's Baptiste up along the near wall. Tries to center it and does. Couldn't get a shot with Mantha over onto the far boards. And the Fuel get it free. They bring it into the Comet zone. Nice play by Kyle Fulmer. Gets it back. Comes off the boards. Here's Shea off the glass. Puck comes free and the Komets have it. There's Kyle Thomas. Look at this. Weaving through traffic. Comes up along the far side.
Back to the point.
To Shea. Shea sneaking in. Here's a shot. And a save made. Shea in the corner. Taken off the play. Still on his feet. Yep. Shea near side. Puts it in front. Nice play. Here is Kyle Thomas. Back over to Shea with the lane. Here's a shot. Oh, it just goes wide off the shoulder of Hildebrand.
Got a piece of it.
Back up to Kyle Thomas. Top of the circle. Over on the far boards. And the Fueler finally able to clear it. Knocked down by Kyle Thomas. Far side it goes. Picked up by Indianapolis. Here's a shot on Bartus. It goes, or knocked down by Fulmer. And we're under 9 minutes to go in the game. We are tied at 6. Fulmer on the right side. Brady Vail got it taken away by Guptill. Puck comes into the Comet zone and into the corner. Here's Bobby Shea. Him and Shala come together, and it comes out to Kyle Thomas. Thomas over onto the far side. Over to Vail. The Komets are offsides. 8:33 to go in the game. We're tied at 6. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Trust the doctors at IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets Trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811 to schedule an appointment.
This is Comet Hockey.
A half ago, Josh Shalla had 4 goals in this game. a different game entirely.
Yeah. Shalla still got his 4 goals. And the Komets have come back from a 6-2 defeat down and got it tied up at 6-6 right now.
8:33 to go in the game, all knotted up at 6. Shots in the game are 34-22 in favor of the Komets. And the puck comes in the Komet zone. Will Weber up along the far side for Jamie Schaafsma. And Schaafsma tries a long pass to Kyle Thomas. That'll hit the end.
That'll be icing.
That will be an icing. So again, the Komets, they're trying those long passes. Well, like you said, Robbie, they've got plenty of time. They've got all the momentum, and they can take it down, even up, coming into the zone instead of trying these long passes.
Yeah, well, Indy's not being physical with the Komets, number one. They're doing a little bit of stick checking, and they're backing off. So Komets got lots of ice to carry the puck up and set up in the Indy zone.
Down low in the corner, here's Binkley. Takes a shove from behind, stays on the puck. Binkley pushes it down, knocked down at the red line. Puck rolling around, and it comes out on the left side to Guptill. Now it's shallow, rather. Here's coming down the right side, and he is going to get knocked off the play. And it comes to Kyle Thomas. Thomas, long pass over on the far side. Dropping it back to Thomas. Thomas got it up along the far side. Here's a shot down low, rolls right to Hildebrandt, and the puck will keep on going as Madsen has got it for Indianapolis. Indianapolis just 3 shots on goal here this entire third period. Puck comes down in the Komets zone, picked up by Leonard. Leonard along the far side has Mike Embach. Puck couldn't flatten out for him, and it rolls back in the Indianapolis zone. Back up along the far side. Puck comes into the Komets zone. Dan Milan comes down back behind the net. Shallow tries to tuck it home. Far side. And Bartus shut the door.
Yeah, he tried to circle the net. Bartus got the pad against it and held it out.
And here's Mike Cazzola. Brings it into Indianapolis territory, into the corner. Now it's pushed up along the near side. Here's a shot. They made Hildebrandt.
Yep.
Shea right on the money, but Hildebrandt makes the stop.
Yeah, Cazzola dug it out of the corner, threw it into the high slot. Bobby Shea had moved there, put it right on his stick, and a quick shot. Hildebrandt made a nice save on the play.
7 minutes to go in the game. 6-6 is the score. Face off to the left of Hildebrandt, and the Komets will change the forwards up.
Komets back at it Thursday night. Cincinnati in town, so big game there. Another 7:30 game Thursday this night.
Mantha on the face-off, comes up top of the blue line. Shea stops it, gets it to Baptista, comes down into the corner for Desjardins in front of Baptista, got it poked away. Back up along the near side, Mantha. And Baptista fighting for it. Bobby Shea in there as well. Puck now bouncing around, comes to Mantha. Back on the far side. Desjardins comes down into the corner. Baptista couldn't feed it to Mantha. Now in front. Oh, that just goes wide off the stick of Desjardins. Comes up along the near side. And into the Komets zone. The puck's going to roll. And here is Fulmer. Fulmer up along the far side. Komets will get a line change as Indianapolis. They bring it into the Komets zone, knocked down at the blue line by Binkley. Right side, here's Kyle Thomas. Thomas stops at the blue line, and here's Binkley. Retreats back to his own line, up along the far side with 6:08 to play. Puck coming down, hitting the end boards. And it belongs to Will Weber. Weber and Tristan King come together. Now it's Brady Vail's turn up with it. Binkley, return pass to Vail on the right wing. Dishes down low to Schaafsma. Schaafsma sends it over to Will Weber. Weber drops it back down low to Kyle Thomas. He's cut off by Mishkovic. Back along the far side. Brady Vail is there. He's hidden up against the glass. And now we've got a big pile up. Comes down in the corner. Now down low off the glass. Comes out to Binkley. Binkley's walking in on Hildebrandt. Got it taken off the stick. And a hooking call is going to be made.
Yep. Binkley stole the puck at the blue line there, pinching in. Started to walk in to take the shot from the slot. The defenseman grabbed from behind with a little hook on him. Took the puck off him. That'll draw the penalty. King will go in the penalty box for hooking. Indianapolis.
All right, here we go. Komets 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. And this one couldn't have come at a better time. 5:34 to go in the game. We're tied at 6.
Cazzola, Schaafsma out there up front. Thomas, and then, of course, Szydlowski back on the point with Bobby Shea.
So Jamie Schaafsma will take the face-off. He's in there with Kevin Lynch. Now Cazzola will come in, and he will take the drop. And it's golfed down, comes down in front. Here's
right
the
on
shot.
the net.
Cazzola with the shot. Hildebrandt got the save. Up along the far boards, and the Fuel will send it down to Bartus, who will stop it. Bartus gives it to Shea, back behind the net. And now here comes Shea. He will move it forward. Shea will drop it back to Szydlowski. Szydlowski dangles around, carries it over the blue line, up along the far side. He shakes off a hook.
Another hook.
And it comes back behind the net and cleared all the way down. Garrett Bartus will stop it with 1:28 to go in the power play. Leaves it for Bobby Shea, and Shea comes ahead. Gains his own blue line. Here's to his right, gives it to Szydlowski, over to Kyle Thomas. Thomas, look at this, weaving through the D. Kyle Thomas coming in on Hildebrand. Now he gets forced wide, up top to Shea. And Shea goes back down low. Here's Cazzola with it in front. Had Szydlowski back out to Schaafsma. Goes behind him, and Indianapolis is able to clear it out. Goopsill has got it. Schaafsma trying to lift his stick. Knock the puck away, and it comes to Kyle Thomas. Feeds it up along the wall. And here's Szydlowski looking for Kyle Thomas. Floats it a little bit too far out.
Thomas wants to change. Get off the ice.
And the
line change, Komets.
Fuel will clear it. Binkley grabs it with 40 seconds to go on the power play. Plenty of time here. Binkley gives it up to Vail, far side. Here's Desjardins. Desjardins on the far boards. Comes off the end boards. Here's Friedman, steps in front of the play. But Indianapolis, they're able to clear it. Comes out to Bartus. He stops at 20 seconds to go. Komets have got time for one more rush. Mike Embach. He picks it up with 16 seconds to go on the power play. Drops it behind him for Binkley. Binkley, cross-ice pass over on the far boards to Desjardins. Will get it in deep. Komets will chase. And the puck is going to be promptly cleared all the way down, and that'll do it for the power play.
Yeah.
Bartus will stop it. We're back to 5-on-5. Back on the right side, and here is Vail. Vail carries it over. Coming down, tries to move it over, and does to Szydlowski.
Szydlowski walking in.
Did in front, scores! Scores! Sean Szydlowski gives the Komets the lead.
And that's his third. That's his third of the night. Szydlowski.
So Szydlowski with the hat trick. 2 hat tricks tonight, one for either side, but this one is more important as it gives the Komets the lead 7-6. 3:18 to go in the game. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Szydlowski with the hat trick tonight makes the score 7-6. And the puck comes down into the Indianapolis zone. It'll be an icing call. 2 hat tricks in one game. Not sure how many times that has happened in Komet history. One by Indianapolis. Josh Shallow with 4 goals. Sean Szydlowski with 3 tonight. So 2 players.
Yeah.
Add those up.
Well, there's 13 goals on the board, so that's still only 7. So there's 6 more flying around out there.
2:51 to go here in the third period.
Face off in the Komet zone, 2:51. Now we got to tighten up a bit. Szydlowski still on the ice.
And it's only the second hat trick of the season. Mike Cazzola picked up the first one back against Orlando on the 18th of this month. So the Komets up by a goal here after being down 6-2. 2:30 to go in the game. Indianapolis has got the puck. Here's D'Amico on the left side. He will bring it into the Komet zone. Bartus will stop it. Goes back behind the net. Here is Shea. Shea goes back to Fulmer. And Fulmer up along the far side. Spins around, takes his time, gives it over to Shea. Shea comes all the way down the far side, and it will be an icing on the Komets.
The Komets off tomorrow. They go back at it Thursday. And unfortunately for Indy, they get on the bus tonight to head for Quad City for a game there tomorrow night. So hopefully they can pull it all together for tomorrow and give Quad City a pretty good game down there.
Face off to the right of Bartus, who came in relief in the second period. Puck comes down into the corner off the face-off in the Comet zone. Up along the near side. Here's Kyle Thomas. Thomas coming in on Hildebrand. All alone. He shoots, and he missed it high.
Yeah, he had the defenseman coming across on him.
Mishkovic got enough of him to disrupt his shot. And the puck comes into the Comet zone, and Shea will touch it up for the icing.
He was waiting for the goaltender, Hildebrand, to move, and Hildebrand didn't move. And with the defenseman coming across, it limited his options. And he took the shot to go to the top shelf, and he put it right over the net. He wanted to try to tuck it and go wide, but when he would do that, the defense would have got to him. So, had a chance, missed the net. Face off back in the Indy zone. 1:50 to go.
Face off to the right of Hildebrand. Komets with 37 shots tonight. And the face off.
11 in the period.
To Mishkovic in the corner. Vail almost took it away from him, but he's able to get it forward and into the Comet zone. Comes down back behind the net. Will Weber moves it around to Schaafsma. Schaafsma, his pass is knocked down, comes up along the near side and all the way down. And they're waiting to pull Hildebrand. He's looking towards the bench. Madsen will put it into the Comet zone.
Here he comes, Hildebrand on his way.
Extra attacker, Will Weber, off the glass to Vail. Vail comes to Szydlowski. And it coming down, and they couldn't get a shot off. Comes down the left side, Guptill. Guptill down in the corner, puts it out in front, intercepted. Here's Schaafsma with it. Comes up along the far boards. He's spin off the play, and the puck comes into the Indianapolis zone. 1 minute to go. Komets up by a goal. Empty net up along the far side. They're able to get it deep in on Bartus. He will stop it. Binkley will rim it around. Comes up to the blue line. Held in just for a moment. Now on the near side.
Stick. They give it a high stick. And that helps the Komets right there, as a high stick will force the face-off outside. And with 49 seconds, they get a whistle, get a little organized, and see where they go from here. So, goaltender will stay out, I would imagine, just outside the Comet blue line.
And Hildebrand is going to stay on the bench, it looks like. The face-off will be just outside of the blue line, but we're going to have a timeout. Indianapolis will take it, so we'll step aside. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Life can be unpredictable. 1 minute everything's fine. In the next, you have a kid with a fever and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
And now, back to Comet Hockey.
Seconds to go here in the third period. Komets just got 12 shots on net last Friday against Brampton. We've got 37 up there tonight and 7 goals up on the board. I believe this is the third or fourth time this year the Komets have gotten to 7 goals.
Yep. They've outshot the Indy 11-4 in this period, and scored 3 goals, which they needed. Down 2 going into the period. They have a 7-6 lead. 49 seconds left.
Face off just outside of the Comet blue line. Hildebrand is back in just for the moment. Face off is going to come down the far side. Mike Embach races to the puck, doesn't win that race, comes back behind the net, and it's controlled by Indianapolis. They will bring it forward, and here comes Hildebrand for the extra attacker. Up on the left side, comes down into the Comet zone. Dan Milan is there, whips it around. Stopped in the corner by Guptill. Guptill with 26 seconds. It's tied up in the corner. Comes out to Mike Embach. Embach with a backhander all the way down.
There goes Szydlowski.
Here's Szydlowski. Comes and scores. He's got 4.
Yep.
Sean Szydlowski will end it. 2 players, 8 goals. Komets. What a game tonight. Sean Szydlowski, 4 goals. Josh Shalla, 4 goals for Indianapolis, but the Komets have got 8 total. Indianapolis with 6.
Well, smart play by Embach as the puck went up the boards. He got it. He flipped it way up in the air. The defense for Indy didn't really know where it was. Szydlowski did. He just took off, beat everybody down the ice. When it come out of the air, it dropped on the blue line. Szydlowski was there, walked in the open net, popped it in. Nice goal, heads up by Embach.
14 seconds to go, and Indianapolis has got the puck up along the far side. Puck comes into the Komet zone. It's going to be stopped by Bartus. Comes off the glass. 3 seconds to go, and there's the horn. The comeback completed. Komets down 6-2. They win it 8-6. And I got to say, Robbie, this might be more impressive. When the Komets were down by 4 to Missouri, this one might be a more impressive victory.
Well, you know, you almost have to feel sorry for Indianapolis. They've lost 12 games. They've lost 12 games, and it almost seems as if they don't know how to win anymore. And that's about what it was. They had a 6-2 win, a lead. They were forcing the play. They were skating hard, doing everything right, making things hard for the Komets, and they just couldn't keep the pressure up. And the Komets kept plugging away. They did what they had to do. They outshoot them in the second period, 15-7. They outscore them in that period. They get outscored in that period, 3-2. But then they come back in the third period, knowing what they had to do. They outshoot them 12-5 and outscore them 4-0 and take an 8-6 win at home here against Indianapolis. And a big win for the Komets. You know, they come off their 2 or 3 days off. Everybody has the same situation, but it's great to see the Komets come back, especially after the loss they had the other night.
And another game where we ended the game with a different goaltender than we started with, and we still get the victory. It's just one of those weird things that has happened, you know, since Pat Nagel went down. A lot of times we've switched goaltenders and got the victory. That hasn't happened one game, let alone 4 or 5 we've had this year.
Yeah, and I actually didn't think that the starting goalie had that much of a problem. I mean, he had some goals scored on him, but the defense just wasn't giving him enough protection in front. A couple of screen shots and everything, but you know, Hartzell hung in there as long as he could, and you know, sometimes the coach just makes that their change because of the situation and being down 4-1 at the time. He had to change the momentum sometime, and you're trying to coach as much as you can, and that was the way he did at that time.
Well, the Komets get the victory, and at the moment, they're in second place, depending the outcome of Missouri and Tulsa. They are still playing, and we'll check that game in the postgame. So, your final score is 8-6. Komets come from behind yet again for the victory. We'll be back with the postgame show. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Save on gasoline and get free Komet Hockey tickets. Get a Marathon Visa card at any Marathon station and earn up to 25 cents per gallon rebate. Also, pick up a Komets fill-up card and earn a buy one, get one free ticket offer to any Friday night regular season home game. At Marathon, you can earn a 25 cents per gallon savings on gas and a free game ticket. Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
We all have our mountains. The challenge is that push us further. At Coors Light, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. That's why all of our breweries cold lager, to give Coors Light its signature crisp taste. It's why we cold filter to ensure brilliance and clarity. And it's why we package cold to seal in Coors Light's refreshing flavor. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Responsibility.
Welcome to the Komet Hockey postgame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
What a game, what a game here at the Coliseum tonight. It was one for the ages. There has been so many memorable moments already in this season, and we are just adding to that total as the Komets, down from 4 once again this season, come back from behind from 4 goals back, and they win the hockey game, this time by a score of 8-6 over Indianapolis, and that sends Indianapolis to their 13th straight loss. Recapping what happened in this one. We had a little bit of just about everything. You had 2 players tonight, one on either side, each getting 4 goals. That doesn't happen very often. Josh Shea, it was his game to start things off for Indianapolis. He got the first 2 of the night. First one came at 3:55, his 11th, and the second one came at 7:58. And then Szydlowski, we will hear his name quite a bit in the third period. Got his first of the game at 14:51. Bobby Shea and Mike Cazzola the assist, and it was on the power play. And then Josh Shea got the hat trick in the first period. 16:10 was the time of his third goal. And then Mike Cazzola got the Komets closer within 1 in that first period. His 13th of the season. Mike Embach and Jamie Schaafsma the assist. And then Shea with another goal. That was 4 straight for Shea as we started the second period off 1:06. Matson the assist, and it was on the power play. And Indianapolis got 2 more. Mishkovic, his first of the season at 16:50, and Lynch, his 7th of the season at 19:59. And it looked like the rout was going to be on, and Indianapolis was going to snap their losing skid. It was 6-2 there in the second period. But Brady Vail, his 5th of the season at 11 minutes of that second period, and the comeback was on. Bobby Shea with the assist, Kyle Thomas with the extra helper. And then Will Weber, his 2nd of the season at 18:10, and that seemed to really change the momentum. Weber, his 2nd, and it was Thomas and Schaafsma the assist. And then in the third period, the Komets come out 6 unanswered goals in total. Starting in the third period, Mike Embach, his 6th of the season at 4:21. Mike Cazzola and Szydlowski the assist. And then it was the Szydlowski show. 7:04 for Szydlowski in the third period, his 16th of the season. His 17th of the season came at 16:42, and his 18th of the season came at 19:42 of the third period, as Bobby Shea, Mike Embach getting 2 assists on Sid's 3 goals. Jason Binkley, Brady Vail, and Mike Cazzola the assist as well. That last one came on an empty net. Jake Hildebrandt for Indianapolis in goal. Saw 37 shots, made 30 saves, 7 goals against, and 1 empty netter. The Komets once again end the hockey game with a different goaltender than they started with. Eric Hartzell started the game, played 26 minutes and 50 seconds, gave up 5 goals. Here comes Garrett Bartus, and Bartus will get the victory after playing 32 minutes and 52 seconds. Sees 8 shots, 7 saves, gives up 1 goal, and he will get the victory. Indianapolis on the power play tonight, 2 for 3. The Komets 1 for 3 tonight with the man advantage. Each team had 4 infractions, totaling a grand total